let's start this again. Well, we'll get ahead and get going. But I was like going to like highlight the I&I builds, Detroit scenery here, and glad to be back. Thank you, Captain Howdy. Me too. Goodness sakes, people. Well, thank you, friends, for joining back in. I don't know what the hell happened there, but we just completely lost connection, and there's an action required. Oh, I forgot something. Oh, the PayPal integration. If anyone tries to do a PayPal payment or a, what am I trying to say? A tip. They changed something on March 31st that I have to do something different for the integration, so I don't think that link will work right now. I got to get that. I forgot to do it. But anyway, friends, welcome back to the stream. It's good to see you, Maple. Hey, Maple. Good to see you, Maple. We got TJ Turner back in the house. Good to see you, TJ. We got Turn and Burn. Turn and Burn, what's up, brother? It's good to see you, Turn and Burn. Everybody give a clap out to Turn and Burn. We got Zach Cool, keeping it cool. Good to see you, Zach. Captain Howdy, my friend. And I was just saying, like, you're getting all the points from, that's what happened. Captain Howdy was getting all the points to be top fan from the previous live stream, and it just decided to go kaput. Captain Howdy, let's give it up to Captain Howdy. Good to see you, sir. We also got Eagle Sky Evil. Welcome, Eagle. Everybody give a shout out to Eagle. Good to see you, Eagle. And we've got Big Steve. What's up, Big Steve? Good to see you, Big Steve. How do? And we also have Almost Aaron. Almost Aaron's back in the house. Good to see you, Almost Aaron. Let's give a shout out to Almost Aaron. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get started, friends. I guess, geez, that sucks too, because I think we were up to like 28 and we had a bunch of likes, and now I guess that's all lost on the last stream, but we'll pick back up. We'll build it back up, friends. I have no doubts. All right, so I've got Maple Leaf, Kansas City, Evil Eagle Sky, Bats in here, Turn and Burn. We've got, I don't know, Pilot Bear took off earlier, and we got Captain Howdy in here. Sobo, Passive Aircraft, not sure who that is. And I think we had somebody else in there too. Who is it? Cordial Cloud. Cordial Cloud's in here, and Turn and Burn, of course, is over there as well. It's been a weird night already, because I had talked, actually, you missed this because I was talking about it, but like my Rosefire gear all went down about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half before the stream, and then I spent an hour troubleshooting, get it all coming back up and going. So, I don't know, maybe we can blame Rosefire, even though I know that's not the problem, or I don't think it is. Hi, CP. CP65's back in here. Hi, CP. It's good to see you. CP65. All right, without further ado, since we're already running behind, let's go ahead and jump back into it. So again, I was going through the Detroit airport here, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I like how they do the interior, the terminal building, and the external. They did a nice job on the I&I builds, but let's go ahead and get into the aircraft. Now, what I'm going to do is turn down the... Okay, there we go. I don't want that. We'll turn it down. Okay, first thing you hear that clicking noise, look over here. This is what's causing that. So we're going to get into that. There are, there's like certain like things with the hardware here. We're highlighting the A112. So I guess I got to go back through part of my script. I'm going to rush through this. But we are checking out tonight the A112 from Rosefire Cockpit, lighting and weather radar integrated panel. We're going to dive into that, the weather radar functionality, how it elevates the cockpit experience in Microsoft Flight Simulator here. We're also going to be back with the A107V3 Overhead Panel. And what I was saying before I so rudely got cut off, thank you, YouTube, or my computer, whatever it was. I actually, after using the WingFlex so much, getting back into the A107V3 version from Rosefire, I like that 1-to-1 ratio. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the WingFlex overhead panel, but remember, that's an 80% to scale, and so the buttons in that are smaller, where this has the 1-to-1 ratio on it, the buttons there. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to highlight that and show that here quickly. But see, I've got the camera set up, so we got the 107 and then the 112 here. And this actually works with the wind control. There's some new bridge software from Rosefire. I'm going to talk about that. Yeah, where it's maybe better, where it isn't really still not that awesome yet. But we'll be doing that. And then, of course, I got the FCU. We got the wind control, the FCU, the EFIS, and all that good stuff with the wind control hardware. You can't see it, but down in my lower left, I've got the URSA minor. And then also I've got the rudder pedals here, the Airline Edition. So that's good. And look, man, something's going on because, like, that camera stopped working again. Hold on. I'm not going to start it over. I think I got gremlins in here. Well, I guess we're not going to be able to see the Airbus. Man, stuff's just not working well tonight. What's going on? We'll just roll with the punches. That happens sometimes. At least we got the main panels working, so that's good. That's working, right? Yeah, that's working. That's happened before, but anyway, we're gonna roll with the punches and just deal with the technical glitches. I do have a feeling that my USB hub is getting overloaded a little bit with all because I've got everything filled out. Too many items, I know, right, Eagle? I do believe that's part of the problem for sure. But anyway, we're gonna roll with the punches, get this bird up in the air, and get going. All right. And as you can see, we are flying from, and I can get the route information down below, but as you probably saw at the intro, we are flying from KDTW. I guess my camera's in the way. We're gonna fly to Kind or Indianapolis, and then finish off at Milwaukee if we don't spend too much time with all the technical glitches and stuff. You hear that though? It sounds like a clock running. See, these are both, and see how they're I'm not even touching the buttons, and it's doing it. But if I go over here and we move these these knobs, they do move. But that actually, from what I've heard, is this is a problem with like the way that they're using the software. The Rosefire bridge software is using actual USB connections, but they're using COM and serial ports for Windows 11, which is actually kind of an old technology. It's a bomb, bruh. And it could be because there's fluctuations in the USB hub, but I think it has more to do with like the COM signals and that. And they actually have an alert on their channel or on the Rosefire with their support about the fluctuations and these interruptions. And what was the term I had for it? It essentially it has to do with the jittering, they call it, the jittering, that it's going back and forth, fluctuating. I don't like that. I think they need to fix that. They said it was going to be fixed in the 109 update. I have the 109 update, and it's still a problem, as you can see. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get on with it. But yeah, I think I have too much Eagle. I need to buy another USB-powered hub, and I've got 2 USB-powered hubs, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about what's going on there. What I had to do. Okay, so I actually did partially pre-flight this. So we're going to go ahead and get the Rowsfire A107V3 going with our overhead panel. So we're first going to do bat 1. And we're going to see that light come on, and you can see the lights on. And then this actually comes with its own stand, which is nice. Bat 2. And then we're going to go ahead and do external power. And there, everything is going to come online here. And now I think the aiders are going to have to like realign. But I did program the FMC or the MCDU before, so hopefully that held. We'll see. It's the first time I tried to do that. I'm trying to speed things along, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I know, right, Maple? Let's go. We'll get going here, my friends. Man, I hate technical difficulties because it just like throws you off, and now I'm like thrown off. We lost like 10 people, and now my game's all thrown off. But you know, it's just part of streaming. It happens. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the FMG. At least my these controls work, so that's good. So you can see this work. So we're gonna go to flight plan, and that should all. It didn't. I lost everything. I lost everything. I got to redo this. Seriously. Oh my gosh, really? Nothing. This is going to be the night tonight, isn't it? Nothing's going to work, is it? That's me being pessimistic, or is that me being realistic? But my gosh. Don't you hate it when that happens, friends? I'm going to have to go back through and reprogram this. Maple said it's Airbus. Maybe it is. But I can't believe this. I had this whole thing programmed. It's still aligning. Damn it. Oh, good grief. I bet I do have my my USB powered hub just overloaded right now. Because it said as long as it was all aligned in that, I could do this again, and this is the first time I've tried it, but shoot. Will it align? No, I lost everything. I lost everything. All right, we're just going to go back through it. Initialization request. Shoot. All right, AAL. Here, I thought I was... Captain Howdy, you're going to beat me. Oh. Flight number AAL542. I think the flight cost index is 26. We'll try to run through this as fast as we can. 340. There we go. Stupid thing. Yeah, that didn't work at all. All right. Hey, Wingman, how's it going? We're having problems with our stream dropped earlier, then all hell broke loose. I should have known when the Rosefire failed about an hour before the stream. This was going to be that kind of night, my friend. But it's okay because I got you all here. Well, not all of you. I got most of you here, or some of you. All right, so now we gotta go back through this whole damn thing. Hold on, I gotta go back to my checklist because I thought we were gonna be able to go. I should have checked that before. Should have tested that before. That's my bad, friends. My bad. All right, battery 1, 2, external power, nav and logo lights. Okay, well, we're just gonna go ahead and just run through the whole thing. So nav and logo lights, we're gonna go over here. We get that set to 1. And APU. Master switched on. You can see it lights up here. Again, I like the 1-to-1 ratio here. And then let's go ahead and start the GPU. And then we can go right over here and wait for this to get all lit up and started. I need a few more orange whips to get through this night. That flap open. All right, here we go. We may only get one leg in tonight. We'll see. Holy shnikes. Three or four. All right, that's going. We're still alive. That's good. Never have we had that before, where we dropped the stream and I didn't notice it dropped, and then we completely dropped. But we're back. We're back now, friends. We're back. Oh, I got to get my dog his heart guard. It's the first of the month, isn't it? 8 o'clock. So we're a half hour behind. We'll see if we get 2 legs in. Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay, now that that's lit and ready to go, external power can come off, so we're going to go up top here, and external power can come off now. That's one thing I don't like. I have to hit that button twice. They need to fix that on the A107 from Rosefire. And we are using the latest one, the V3. Your SimCFI, how you doing, brother? We had technical difficulties. Our stream dropped at first, and we're back online. Good to see you, my friend. Everybody say hello to Your SimCFI. Good to see you, brother. Welcome, welcome. It's normal to be at this time, I guess, right, Eagle? All right, we got the external power off. Let's go ahead, APU bleed on. That's on. Got that switched on. ADERs are already on, as you can see here. I've already got them going. Fuel pumps. I thought about hooking this up to my VESA overhead panel from WingFlex, but I'm like, nah, I'm going to show it with the stand because maybe you don't have the stand. You want the stand that's on the desktop. So I kept it with how I got it from Rosefire. I think the stand, actually, if you want the stand, you got to pay an extra 25 bucks or something like that. But it's a metal stand. I can show that later if you want. All right, the fuel pumps, oxygen crew. We'll go ahead and get that. That's turned off, so we're good to go there. All right, overhead panel, no white lights. We're good. And then emergency exit lights. Let's go ahead and turn those on. Right there, armed. And then no smoking. No smoking turned on. Okay. Now we got to go back down to the EFB. Son of a gun. All right, and let's go ahead and we got this loaded. So ground services, we can turn the GPU off. Mass imbalance, we'll go ahead and resend load sheet. And then I'm going to check and make sure, send to McDo. We should be good to go there. We'll double check that here in a minute, friends. Test pilot, how's it going, man? I see you're out there ready to go. Mass imbalance is set. Good to go there. All right, with sim brief, INET request already did, flight number and all that. We already did that. Okay, so let's go to flight plan. So we're going to go back down here. KDTW, departure. Departure is going to be 4 right. And then we are going to be doing... Somebody want to type in exclamation FP in chat? I can go to my checklist here as well. And Snitters 3. So we're going to go Snitters 3. And then our... Thank you, Eagle. And then we're going to go Tor for our transition and insert that. This was all supposed to keep, but apparently it didn't. Our rival at kind is going to be... We're going to use tonight, we're going to use the RNAV 5 right Z. So we'll plug that in. And then our star, or standard arrival, is going to be Snake Pit 2? Snake Pit 2, I think is what it is. Snake Pit 2. And then I don't think there's any transitions that we have to do here. We'll just hit insert. And then we're going to go through this. And top of descent. And we should have one disco. One manual. And, okay, there we go. Clear the disco. Clear. Oop. Wait. What? Clear the manual. And then there we go. Insert. And I think we should... Oh, DOSI. Clear flight plan disco. There we go. All right, now I think we should have it, but we're going to test this, do our little virtual route. So let's check that out, friends. So we're going to look up here, and we're going to go to the planner on the FMC, on the left EFIS. So we're going to go plan, and then we're just going to cycle through this like we're flying the real route and making sure nothing looks weird. There's our snake pit, Nady, night, and right in. That looks good. Okay. Are we still running? Or, now I'm paranoid the live stream's going to stop and I'm going to miss it. Okay, we're good to go. We're going to go back to ARC on that. And I think we're good to go there. All right, back to our JD's checklist. Our discos are taken care of. Now we got to go back to INET. So we're going to go to INET here. And we're going to go to the right. And let's make sure 11.2, 122.3 is right on the fuel. And then we're going to go to performance. And then what we're going to do is we got to go back over and check out our EFB. It's probably about the fastest I've ever gotten through the EFB. What do y'all think? Departure performance, sync the weather and calculate. And then let's go ahead and send that to the MCDU. And we got 2 flaps down 1, so that is set. Good to go there, and I'm going to get this set to charts. I think I already had this ready. Yep, ready to go. At least that part's done. Jeez. Okay. Performance is all entered. All right, but barometer. Let's go ahead and get the barometer in. So we're going to go here, Phoenix. Barometric pressure is going to be at 3023. So we're going to go ahead and use the awesome WINCTRL EFIS, left EFIS, getting this programmed into 3023. And we're also going to do it over on the right-hand side. So we got that set, and then we'll get that set over on the right. The first officer. What was that ding? I got to check that. It's going to be another thing's gone wrong, right? No, think positive, like my wife says. She says, think positive. Okay, looks like we're fine. Okay. Good to go there, friends? All right, and continuing on, we got the altimeter, the FCU speed, all that stuff is dashed out. That's looking good. Altitude selection, we're going to go from 100 to thousands. And this first leg is going to be flight level 340, and I really hope we can get a second leg. We'll have to see. Flight level 340, transponder TCAS. We're going to go down here and get that set to auto right there. Okay. Doors ajar. Steve Mallon, how's it going, brother? Is it? Steve, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Parking brake and all that's already set. Altimeter, transponder, all that's good. Okay, external power we want to verify is off, which it is off. I can tell by looking at my Rosefire A107V3. Our APU bleed verify on, and it is. We got it blue. Seatbelt sign. Let's listen to the seatbelt. Here we go. We're going to click it in. There we go. Another thing I like about the Rosefire, the full switches, but I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit. We need to get going. Let's get the beacon on, Maple. Beacon on. And that should kick in our GSX, and it is. Did you all see that GSX was updated today? There was a big update for GSX, so I actually updated that before the stream. Let's go, says Eagle. Absolutely. My gosh, goodness gracious me. All right.
Please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Okay. She's going to put the pin in. Maple says I'm pushed and starting key engines. Hurry up. Okay. I'm trying. I'm trying. All right, Bats is back there.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
All right, snooze. It's a regular snooze fest in here. No. All right. I'm going to show you all something that's pretty cool about the A112 once we get up in the air. It's pretty cool. It integrates and works with all. It isn't actually integrated with wind control stuff, but because it's the software layer. But I'm going to show you something that's really cool with the A112 when you do the lighting. Is it $150 cool? No, probably not, but it's still pretty cool. Also going to talk about the mounting stuff for the A112. Or therefore the lack of. But again, I do appreciate Rowsfire sending it our way. Actually, it was RTRhobby that sent it our way. All right, are they ready yet or what? What's the holdup? See, it isn't me right now, friends. There we go. Okay, quick edit pushback map. Let's see if this is improved. Clear route. Okay, still got to clear the route. But we are going to go over to 4. So what we're going to do is we're just going to back up to here, and then we'll save the route.
Release parking brakes, please.
Release the probes. Sorry, we're going to release the parking brake on the Pack 32 from wind control, and here we go.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
We can't start the engines yet, Maple.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check.
Are they already pushing us at an angle? Oh, they are. Oh, I pushed us. I turned us too quick. Oops. That's par for the course. I'm pushing us back to taxi on the ground vehicle path. Son of a bitch. Oh well. It's the ground crew's fault, right? Okay, should be stopping us here. You see Evo and N911 over there?
Please set parking brake.
Okay, parking brake being set. Parking brake set. Waiting for my confirmation. Well, my parking brake's set, so I don't know what they're waiting for. Oh, we gotta start the engine. Okay, we're gonna go engine master 2, so ignition on, and engine, right engine start. Here we go. Bat says, I'm not in an A340. Here we go. Get the engines lit up here. Go silent cockpit.
Please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you.
Wow, those I still say to this day, these engine sounds on the Fenix A320 are amazing.
Airbus A320. Please pay attention to crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important information.
Now, once we hear that air rush in, we'll go ahead and confirm.
Life jackets and the brace position, which you must adopt. If
All right, we'll go ahead and confirm.
Ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
All right, engine number 1.
The cabin
Engaged.
crew are now pointing out the exit.
And again, I'm using the Pack 32. Let me show you all this. It's so flippin' cool.
Exit.
Let's just take a look-see, shall we? So we'll move from that to this. And so what I'm running right now is this awesome wind control hardware where it's the AGP and the Pack 32 and the URSA minor throttles here. Awesome stuff.
Unlocking gear.
All right, here we go. Unlocking gear. And you can see the setup except for the rudder pedals because my camera locked up on me. I'm overloading my USB hub. I've got every port used on it.
Left is clear.
I guess
Right
that's
is
my
clear.
excuse to miss the Symphonetic. I need to get another hub, right? Got to get on that. Got to get on that. All right, engine 1 is cooked and running. Okay, finally, we're going to go on normal here and get that air going back to you back there in the cabin. Appreciate you all joining tonight. All right, let's see. Mode selector, ignition start, engine on, and engine normal. APU bleed can come off. APU bleed coming off, and then the master coming off. All right, Silver Killer, how's it going, man? Have a fun flight, SimFans. Silver, hope you're doing all right. Here's to you and a fast recovery, my friend. Sorry to hear that you're not feeling well, but we do wish you the best, Silver, and keep on keeping on, brother. I know you're going to be back in the game before we know it, right? Appreciate you being here, Silver. All right, auto brake to, let's see, master off, engine wing ice. We're not going to worry about. We're going to go over to the AGP, and so I'll go right down here, and we're going to hit auto brake to max and get that turned on there. And then, or flaps to 2, so we got flaps to 2. So I'm going to do that on my Pack 32 from wind control. Flaps 2, ground spoilers to arm, so we're going to go ahead and do that as well. So if we go up top here and look down, I'm going to go ahead and on the AGP, I can pull, I'm not even going to use my mouse. I'm going to do it on the Pack 32. You can see the spoilers are now armed. All right. Spoilers are armed, and let's go ahead and pitch trim. And the pitch trim on our flight plan performance is down 0.1. So we'll go down here, and now I'm going to hit the flight control button on the ECAM, and I'm going to set to down 0.1. Just like that. That's all we got to do. All right. Perfect. All right, and that's all good. Strobes to auto, so let's go ahead and get the strobes to auto. So go back over here. Strobes to auto, and we don't need the runway turnoff lights. Nose light to taxi. Love these big switches. These are bigger than the WingFlex. That's one thing I like about this better than the WingFlex overhead. Okay, we are ready to taxi, I think. There we go. Finally, right? More pre-flight, less flying. Hey, Andrew. Boy, you should have said, like, the stream. We've had all kinds of technical difficulties tonight. The stream dropped. I lost the comm ports that this Rosefire set up on about an hour before the stream and had to do some quick troubleshooting to get it back because Windows wasn't even recognizing it. But it's been quite the night already. But we're live and we're going, Andrew. Good to see you. Everybody say hello to our good friend Andrew. It's good to see you, Andrew. We got to get you back in here. More pre-flight, less flying. I love it. Thought you'd all be flying space shuttles. We should be. How about that? 50, what has it been, 50 years? How many years has it been since we've been to the moon? And the Artemis, that's pretty cool. I watched that takeoff earlier, as many of you have, I'm sure. I forgot to get over here. Charts. And now we can get moving over to the right. We'll just turn here. Yeah, it was pretty cool, for sure. Yeah, definitely cool. Man, there's so much resistance on this these wind control Airbus rudder pedals that it'll actually push my chair back. All right, we're going to get over to 4 right, and before we'll proceed. Captain Howdy says we are just flying around the moon, not even landing on it, yeah. Andrew says those folks have the best radio discipline I've heard in a while. For sure, brother. Good to see you all. Thank you all for joining. I know we lost the original stream, and so we lost a lot of viewers when that crashed, and I didn't even realize it for, I don't know, probably 5 minutes. And I'm like, wait, what the hell? I'm talking to myself. Captain Howdy, it's like what I do with my daily affirmations, right? I talk to myself in the big mirror, and you know what I say. All right, we're underway, friends. Again, appreciate you being here. We're going to hold short here. All right, and parking brake coming on. All right, last pre-flight checks. All right, terrain ND. So this is a pretty cool thing about the wind control. You're going to see this light magically light up because I have it on my AGP. So there it is, terrain on ND. That is set and ready to go. And then weather radar. Okay, now we got somewhere. All right, we're going down here, and then we're going back over the overview. Okay, so here's one thing. I'm just going to take a moment of pause, if you will. And so here we're looking at this device, and let me bring it up and make it bigger so you can see it. And you can see it over here in the right here. This is the device we're checking out. This is the A112. It's $150 from Rosefire. The question is it worth it? Okay, so one of the things is you can see I can like brighten and dim the floodlight, which you can't really tell when we are in light conditions, but you can tell as I brighten and dim that, so you can see that's moving. But about the only time I think most of us ever use the weather panel is when before takeoff and after landing. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to go weather 2. So it's kind of nice. It's already at 2, but I'm going to go weather 2 and predictive wind shear. All right, thank you, and give me your $150, says Rosefire. I'm kidding. Now, the cool thing is, if you're building a cockpit, this is kind of nice to have. You might also notice, what are these black bars here? I actually took these black bars from my Moza AFY 210, the force feedback, and I don't know if your SimCFI is still here, to mount this onto my desk. This panel, when you get it, it's gonna, Rowsfire RTRhobby is gonna expect you to put this on a rail and you have either a custom cockpit you're building, or you get one of the $25 stands, because I'm gonna talk about this later, but the USB-C port for the cable to plug into your computer coming out of this thing comes straight out of the back, just like they did on the A107V3. That annoys the shit out of me because you can't put it flat on your desk, so that's why it's off the very edge of my desk. I had to clear the port for the cable to run down over to my USB hub. That's why it's here. And they don't give you anything to mount this with. They don't give you anything as a bracket. You just get the device itself, and you can't even put it flat on your desk because for some reason, they don't have the stinking USB-C port coming out of the side, so you can put it on your desk. So anyway, I jerry-rigged this using, thank you, Moza, my mounts for those. But anyway, so that's definitely a negative. But we got that on, and we are going to do takeoff configuration test on our ECAM. And that looks good. Everything is in the green. Light is green. Trap is, it's definitely a design flaw. And CP, I don't understand it either because I've got the A107V2. You guys know this. That overhead panel, they had the USB-C coming out of the side of it. So if you want to put it on flat on your desk, you could. Then they, with the V3, of all the improvements they did on this, and I've got a video on that, of all the improvements they did, the bigger switches, the better layout, all of that stuff that they improved, then they decided to put the USB-C port on the back. I got to reach out to them and ask them why. But anyway, we're going to take off and get going. But again, that is good to go. TCAS, let's go ahead and set that. Silent cockpit. All right. And we are ready to rock and roll on out of here, friends. All right, let's go ahead and do nose light and get going. Runway turn-off lights on, nose light, wing, and I think we're all ready to go. I do like the bigger knobs and switches. I do dig that a lot. All right, let's do this. Parking brake off. Hey, there's almost Aaron. And we are sporting the Track IR today. All right, here we go, friends. Finally, we'll get up in the air. All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and get those engines spooled up. Release brakes and toga. Forward pressure on the flight stick. Love this flight stick, by the way. The URSA Minor from WINCTRL. Love it. Feel like we're bouncing an awful lot. Here we go. V1, rotate. V2. All right, gear up. All right, flaps 1. Can't fly this baby. All right, into climb mode. There we go, climb. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the autopilot. Kick that on in the FCU. We're still streaming, right? Oh, thank God. I probably should we have, let me see. We're all right. We can go ahead and disarm the ground spoiler, so we can go ahead and do that. Look at this. We're coming up that cloud deck. Oh, look at you, Bats. Bats, you aren't flying the A340, right? We're good for now. All right, and flaps out. Last notch of flaps out. And we are rolling, friends. Look at that weather.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to have some serious weather. Like tomorrow, my son wants me to take him storm chasing. And then on Friday, on Good Friday, we're supposed to have even more weather.
Toilets are located at each end.
Like a chance for tornadoes in that.
Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time.
Smoking is not prohibited? Smoking is prohibited, Maple.
Our in-flight service.
Maple's going, why are you saying my name? Because it's fun. All right, I'm going to go 40 on the left, EFIS, and then 80 on the right. We got the arc on both. Looking good. Okay. All right, we're rocking and rolling. Maple, you guys are getting hail tonight? Yikes. Yeah, the hail can just stay away along with the tornadoes. We don't need that. We don't need that around here. If we want to do it out in the field, where nobody's going to have property damage or get killed or hurt. Okay, they're kind of cool to see, but yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it, Maple? It's that time of year, friends. One of the things, by the way, I was talking about, like, losing the COM port. So the thing I'm going to talk about, like, the good stuff, okay? So here, let's talk about that quick as we're flying out here and departing Detroit, is if I do this overview. So one of the things about these is, you know, we saw some of that jittering. I'll blow this back up here, this bad boy back up here. So here we got the A112, and then we got the A107V3. I like the 1-to-1 ratio. In fact, getting this back out, like I said earlier, those of you that are interested in the wing flex overhead, I love it. I think overall, I like it better than this, but it's also $600. So this one's like $350, $380, but this is 1-to-1 scale. It also has better switches than the, because they took some feedback back about the chintzy switches. They're actually the same switches that WingFlex has, and they upgraded these to heavier duty switches. And I almost think they're listening to us, because that was something I mentioned in the next thing. They had the better switches. I like the feel, the tactile feel they improved on this, but again, I already talked about the USB-C coming out of the back. That's a horrible design for the V3. I don't know why they changed that. I wish it came out of the side, because you can't put it flat, but you got to get a stand like I've got. So that's that. And then tonight we're debuting the A112. No mounting hardware, that's a negative, but I do like the fact that you can adjust the lighting. So one of the things I'm going to do is, if let's go ahead and set our day, let's change it to nighttime, just to show the effect here. So we're at about 12 p.m., so let's go ahead and do nighttime, and then that way I can show this better. So you see I have the floodlight, so you know, you can change, whoops, this here is the floodlight, so you can change that. So I like how you can rotate that, but here's the really cool thing. And I gotta move the, I've gotta move this so you can see it. Okay, can you all see? Now you can see, yeah, perfect. Okay, so here we've got the WINCTRL AGP, we've got the URSA minor throttles, and we've got the PAC 32. Okay, so on here, you also have a dimmer switch for your pedestal. Now the cool thing is, notice I can change, and it works with all of it. So you know, notice I'm not only dimming stuff with the panel here, but it's got the built-in LED lights, but I'm also changing stuff here as well with the light and dimmers. I think that's pretty cool. And then you can also see within the cockpit, as I use this, I'm also changing the dimmers and making this stuff brighter and dimmer. So that I dig it. I dig that part. That's probably my favorite thing. Now, to turn the weather system on and off, it's a switch. It is absolutely not worth it. You know, if you want to have the full integrated experience, friends, and you want to have it, you're building yourself a cockpit and you want all of it, right? Sure, for $150. In my opinion, they need to. This still the bridge software, and this isn't a ripping session, please. It isn't. I mean, I like the hardware is heavy, it's solid. The actuation, the knob feel, all of the switches, they feel good. I do like the hardware. Turn that volume down. But one of the things that I'll mention here, I got to get the, let's move back over here, and we can go ahead and turn the light switch off. So we're going to go ahead and turn the lights off. Runway turn-off lights can come off. Gosh, I love the switches here. And then the wing and the nose wheel lights, all those can come off. I do like those heavy-duty switches. That is absolutely awesome. And we can go back to daytime here. But one of the things I wanted to mention is, you know, with all of this hardware and stuff, you got to have a lot of USB ports, right? I think that goes without saying. You got to have a lot of USB ports. But the bridge software that I'm going to talk about with any Rosefire product right now, they actually have a new application, because that was the other thing early on. I'm like, I'd really like to see them use their own application rather than have MobiFlight and have to rely on third party and just make it easier. I had enough problems with their application. It is better, slightly better. I wouldn't say it's monumentally better, but it's called the Rosefire app, or for short, I think they call it the RF Connect. I think it's still Mobi Flight under the hood, though. But the one thing is, like, initially, it wasn't finding the devices. Here's a piece of advice for y'all if you decide to get this hardware and you don't want to pull your hair out. The tutorial that Rosefire has, and I got to give them this feedback, that they have, they say to launch a Rosefire app. They tell you to connect the device and then launch the Rosefire app. Don't do that. Launch the Rosefire app first, this RF Connect or Rosefire App Connect. Launch your bridge software first, then plug your devices into the USB-C. It'll recognize it, and then you can set it up from there. If you connect these devices first, then launch the Rosefire app, it doesn't recognize them. I finally figured that out after about 15 minutes of dicking with it. I'm like, I don't know. It's just that thing that we all do, like we trial and error, just try a bunch of different things, and then after it works, we're like, wow, magic, how did it work? I'm pretty sure that's one thing that would help you out. The other thing that I'll mention about it is the bridge software uses serial and COM ports. That's old technology. It works. And there's a lot of hardware that uses it, but really, COM ports and serial ports these days? Anyway, and I think that's why it does that jittering thing, because there's interrupts and other things. And like I said, they even have on their website, they've got, they talk about some of the issues with the jittering with the A112. That's this, again, the weather radar thing. Now with the A107, I actually like their new they call it bridge software, that Connect software. The Rosefire does have an app. I still think it's Mobi Flight under the hood, but it's less configuration. It is a little bit easier as long as you remember that tip I just gave you. Start the Rosefire app before you connect these devices, and you're not going to have as many headaches. Captain Howdy says, by the way, Indianapolis is LIFR, winds 05013, overcast night. Awesome. What's a serial port? So Maple, you're so young, and I bet this is a joke. That's the saying. I just walked into that, didn't I? Serial ports go way back, right? CP, no. CP65, a lot of you know. Bats, you probably know as well. Remember the old serial port connectors, the analog serial type stuff? Oh, good grief. But under the hood, this stuff uses COM. Like in Device Manager, you guys that know about Device Manager in Windows, you go there and you say... So let me talk about what happened. We got time. Let's talk about what happened pre-USB. Yeah. Let me talk about what happened. Actually, I got to get... let me get this set. We're going to go STD. We're going to pull out as we pass 22,700. It's like Super Nintendo controller plug. There you, actually, that's a good way to put it, too. So let me talk about, I'm getting set up before the stream tonight, right? And I after I got everything working last night, but I didn't, hook up all the wind control software and stuff. So, last night after I got the Rosefire app working and I got it to recognize these devices, it even goes to baud rate. Explain that one to Maple, Bats. Explain to Maple the baud rate. It even had baud rate. I'm like, holy crap, we've gone back to the analog days with the frickin' modems with that. Remember that? Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Maple, you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. Yes, when you set the Rosefire stuff up, it actually says baud rate, COM, serial, and it's like going back to pre-plug and play days. It's just really, they need to improve that. They just need to improve that. I'm sorry. Just come on, Rosefire, get it improved. Your hardware is great. It's kind of like remember when AMD got into the market and they were doing the GPUs and it was like, oh, AMD's GPUs hardware is fantastic. It's fantastic, but the driver software sucks. I'm going to say the same thing about the Rosefire gear right now in its current state. Now, granted, I'm sure they're going to improve it. They're working towards it. Let's give them time. Again, this is not a rip on the Rosefire stuff because they sent this stuff to me for free. And I do appreciate it, but like I've told you all before, just because vendors are sending me this gear for free doesn't mean I'm just going to be like, go and buy it. No, I'm going to give you my unbiased opinion, okay? I always will. I promise you. So, but in any case, hardware's actually pretty good. Software sucks. They need to approve. They're working towards it. They're doing the app. They got a ways to go. They've got to get that improved. But now I don't know, Maple says. You know, again, if for those of you that are diehards and you're building your own cockpit and you want to make your own custom Airbus cockpit, and you have a rail system, I know like XP72, he's like building his cockpit and everything, and I might do that one day. I'm still like a lot of you. I just have my desk, right? I just have my desk, but I want to show you all. It can work with the desk, but I had to mount this with the brackets from Moza, like I mentioned. But if you're wanting the full immersion, and I mean this weather panel, let's just face it, with the floodlight and all that, you're not really going to use it. I can't recommend it for $150. So those of you that are just like interested in like having more immersion, I really can't. I would say save your $150 and buy something else. Maybe put it to the Rosefire Overhead or one of the other vendors' stuff. Because this really doesn't get you a whole hell of a lot. But if you are a die-hard Airbus fan and you want to build your cockpit and you want the total full immersion, granted the software is going to drive you nuts, the jittering is going to drive you nuts, but I would say, you know, the hardware's solid. The hardware's solid. Let's see, that little thing is $150. Yeah, it is. It's $150. I can't put my seal of approval. Now, again, if you're building a cockpit and money's no object, Godspeed. I'll wait for WINCTRL's overhead. Yeah, that's looking awesome. The FS Weekend, talk about that. Yeah. Maple, that is exactly right, my friend. You barely use it. It's not worth the $150. Like that's what I'm saying, right? It's not worth the $150 investment. If they're going to send it to me for free so I can highlight it for all of you, and then some of you that are like diehard and you're building your cockpit, sure. But even at $150, even if I was building my own cockpit, well, I don't think there's another choice. I don't know if anyone else has this weather panel. So maybe they have that niche for those few hardcore that are building their cockpits. Although Skolarski, is that right? That doesn't sound right. I think they have the panel where you have this part, but you're going to be spending like $1,500, $2,500. So it's probably like in the middle of the road because I don't think anyone else has an option like this. So if you're building your cockpit and you want like a cheaper version, but man, they gotta improve their software, friends. I'm just telling you, man, the software and that jittering, that's driving me nuts. But nonetheless, we do appreciate Rosefire, our good friends over at Rowsfire, sending it. You know what I want to get from Rosefire? Their freaking Boeing overhead panel, and they're like, well, we'll see. We're still trying to get it out, and they haven't committed to sending that my way yet, or our way yet. So unfortunately, we aren't going to be highlighting the Boeing yet overhead panel. We did talk to Skolarski. I remember interviewing them. Bats, you remember this. I was talking to Skolarski, and I mentioned to them in the interview, I've got a video out there. I'm like, you know, one thing, there's all these Airbus options. This is at FS Expo, right, over at Providence last year. I was like, you know, there are so many Airbus options, and we really need Boeing. We need more Boeing. And this is something XP72 mentioned during the during FS Expo as well to one of the vendors. It's just like, you know, he's so right. It's so right. And so I like mentioned that to the Skolarski group. And they're like, yeah, we're kind of looking at doing Boeing, but they didn't want to commit officially. But don't you all agree we need more Boeing gear? We have so much Airbus stuff. We need the Boeing stuff, the hardware. You know, there really aren't a lot of options. I mean, WINCTRL has their the FCU and the EFS. They've got the PAP3 and the PFP stuff, which is nice. But oh man, the overhead. But I'm telling you what, you guys got to go out to Rosefire and check that out. They have a Boeing panel that I think they have it on there right now for pre-ordering. Thing looks pretty sweet. Need more cowbell. That is exactly right, Captain Audi. We do. That's good. More cowbell, please. What do you all think? Do you think we'll have enough time for a second leg? I don't know. Especially since I couldn't get everything done, and we had to go back through the whole programming, everything. Top of climb is 16:15. So in 1 minute. Top of descent is going to be like almost like we're going to be dropping again to. Oh, I better check that out. We're going to be at the top. Look at this. Look at this. Here's our top of climb. There's our top of descent. Holy shnikes. Like we're like up and then down. All right. Let's see. I got to get. All right. So we got runway 5 right at Indianapolis. Okay, 1174 is decision height. Intercept at 2100, so we're going to just have to drop right back down. And this is an up and down. You know, we'll be fine, I think, to do another leg. What do you think, Bats? What do you think, the rest of you? After the shenanigans that I don't know, maybe it's Tashi. 5 right, Bats says. So Bats is going to be ready for the landing challenges. I'm getting closer, Bats. Speed up. Says Eagle Sky. Zach says sure. Guess what they started selling in Iowa, everybody? Captain Howdy, have you ever had Yingling beer? I can't remember. You don't drink, do you? This will be a hard landing challenge. LAFR, there you go. A little more challenging, right, Captain Howdy? He drinks Coke. All right, friends, we're at 34,000. Yeah, Captain Howdy. Okay, he doesn't. Am I the only one that's drinking Orange Website or that's in chat right now? Oh my gosh. That's embarrassing. Okay, we're going to go down to, I say 2100. So let's go ahead and get the FCU set to 2100. So we're going to drop this back down. And actually, I should have done this so you can all see this work in action right here. So I'm going to drop this down to 2100 using the wind control FCU. And switch this to 100 and then one up 2100. And we're going to bring that down as we get closer. Beautiful. And once I gotta go tinkle, I gotta go use the potty, friends. Steve, Yingling is made like an hour and a half from you. Nice. So Steve, you're a big fan, I take it, or no? Maple says, bruh. Bruh. All right, enter destination data. So we, right now, if we go down here, we got to enter our destination data. So I'm going to do that on the panel that I have here. So let's go ahead and hit clear. Let's go to performance and 1 over. Actually, 2 over. Next phase. Next phase. And then QNH. I got to be ready for descent here. We are almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and push this in so we can start our descent. And we're going to see it start to drop over here to the left. There we go. We started descent. There we go. Okay, back down here. Actually, I'm going to go to the right. We're going to check out what our weather is. Approach, we got 3005. So I'm actually going to push this in and do 3005. Pull that back out. We're still on standard. Do that over on the first officers. EFIS as well. Push that back, pull that back out to do standard. And then we're going to go 3005 LSK1. Temperature is 9 degrees Celsius. So we did 9 in LSK2. Get that plugged in. And then our winds are 04011 knots. So 040/11 LSK3, and that is it. We're ready to rock and roll. And I'm going to go back to our charts, and we're going to dial in our Indianapolis. And let's go to our ground charts. So we're ready here. We're going to be landing on 5 right. So we're going to land here, and then we're going to be... which one's the terminal? That's the ramp, general aviation. We've got terminals in the middle. Okay, so when we land on 5 right, we're going to exit to the left. Got that, Bats? All right, friends. Captain Howdy, I got my weather from, this is SimBrief in here, right? So within our Fenix. Is it different than that? Yeah, that says 10. Oh, you know what? Hold on. This has happened before. Why don't I have the live? Yeah, the live weather's on. We got the live weather. And sometimes I've had to go here. I don't know what the deal is, but like it's changed. Look at that. So now live weather's coming up. Let's go back down here and see if it refreshes. Oh, now it's totally different. No, it's still the same. That isn't right, Captain Howdy. Let me go to... Let's see here. Let's go to... Let me go to Navigraph charts here. It says 50 at 13 knots. Is that not what this is? This says 040, 11 knots. Yeah, ceiling 900 feet. Visibility is 10 statute miles. Temperature 7. Yeah, it's never perfect, right? Yeah, it's got 3009. But I want to go with what's in the sim, because that's going to be accurate from what I'm flying in rather than real weather. So I'm going to stick with this, Captain Howdy, because I want to make sure that, because this is going to be the actual weather that's depicted in the sim, so I'm going to stick with that. All right. If I don't go to the bathroom right now, friends, as we're on our descent here, I'm going to pee my pants. So I better, yep, you heard me right here say it. I will be right back, friends. Don't go anywhere. We have a whole nother leg, I think. We're going to try to get it squeezed in. And we'll be right back. Give me just a few minutes. I'll be right back. All right, friends. Back with you. Thanks for sticking around. All right, we got standard pressure still enabled, so we got to go to our current altimeter setting. So let's go ahead and push 3005, and we're going to go on the cockpit. We're going to go on captain side and first officer side. And again, friends, we are checking out for the first time the A112 here from Rosefire. We do appreciate Rosefire sending that our way. And then we got the A107V3. I like the 107V3. This one is a good competitor with the WINCTRL overhead panel. It's 1-to-1 ratio with the buttons and the switches and everything. I love the WINCTRL, but this, actually the V3, I actually do like. Going back to this, I do like it. 112, it's a niche. It's for the cockpit builders. It's going to be the ones for the cockpit builders. If you're not a cockpit builder and you don't have $150 to just throw around, this isn't for you. If you're a cockpit builder and you're die-hard and money's no object, this is good hardware. Software, not the greatest. Hardware's great. And I'm sure they're going to continue to improve the software. I'm sure they're going to improve the software. They're working on it. They're working on it. All right, we're bringing it on home. How are we doing on the descent profile? I probably should check that, huh? Right on the green dot and right on the speed tape. It's looking great. Looking good. All right, as we get set up, we also have the wind control software and hardware. But we're going to go over here and get our auto brake set to max, or medium, sorry. I do have all this running. I forgot to hit my chronometer. Love this. I got the ECAM underneath. Got a lot of you asking me questions about the ECAM. This is the AGP. I love, you can actually mount the gear lever on the side like I have here or down below. But all this is modular. I've got this hooked up to the rail system from WINCTRL, and they don't charge that much for this. It's all aluminum. It's good stuff. And then, of course, the URSA minor throttle. This, let me just put it this way. WINCTRL, as you all know, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. If you got 100, you don't have any of the WINCTRL stuff, and you're like, oh, should I get the A112 and spend $150? It's a no-brainer. Get your WINCTRL stuff, or put it towards their Rosefire A107. All right, back with you. Do y'all have any questions? Feedback? Little windy on final. Thank you for that Pyrep Eagle. I got some news for you, friends, on our second leg. There's another vendor that will be debuting shortly. Has some new hardware, and they're not well. At least I've heard of them, but they're not super well known. They're getting into the market, but they got some cool stuff for you GA fans out there, general aviation fans. And Bats, if you're listening, can I say the same company has some American Truck Simulator hardware they're going to be sending us? So we're going to be getting an American Truck Simulator stream going again. We got. I'm gonna talk about that on this at the second leg. Who is the vendor and what they'll be sending us? And they got some cool gear. They're getting into the market. They got some new releases. They're getting into flight sim market. And they reached out to me, and they're like, hey, would you want to feature this on the channel? I'm like, would we? We'd love to. So it's going to come, Bats, the rest of you. And I'll tell you what, if you like to fly general aviation, Microsoft Flight Simulator, you're going to want to check that stream out. Well, I don't know if it's going to be here. They ship the stuff. They're shipping the stuff as of today. I don't know if they'll be here in time for Saturday, but we're going to bring it, Bats. Sim and ATS. Well, as soon as we get the hardware, actually, when they reached out to me, they didn't even say anything about the American Truck Simulator stuff. And I went to their website, and I'm like, wait, shit, they've got some cool ATS. Actually, I think I've seen this stuff from ATS, for ATS. And so I reached back out to them, like, hey, thanks for reaching out. We'd love to feature your new stuff for Flight Simulator. But I see you have the American Truck Simulator stuff. And Bats, get this, and the rest of you. I asked for the version that was the scaled down, because I'm like, they reached out about the flight sim stuff. Like, maybe I can get a panel for American Truck Simulator. So I reached back out to the I don't know if it's the owner or whatever. I'm like, hey, I also see you have your American Truck Simulator. You know, it's got like the air brake and the horn and all the switches for the lights and turn signal, all that stuff. And I'm like, I said, a lot of you want to, like, what you want me to do American Truck Simulator. And I told them, I said, you know, we've done a few American Truck Simulator streams. They've been a hit, but we haven't done a lot. But we want to get going like maybe once a month. I'm like, would you consider selling your scaled or sending your scaled down version to us? And I can highlight for all of you. And they're like, actually, why don't we give you the 2 push button, our big seller? It's like a $300 panel. They're sending that. So we're going to be checking that out, CP. Maybe when we stop making fun of him wrecking, hey man, that is totally Tashi. That's Tashi's fault. So I'll talk about that during the second leg of our stream tonight. Of who is this vendor that's getting in the simulator market? What's their new products? What are they? What do they have for general aviation? And we'll be doing some American Truck Simulator with some of this hardware. They're sending it. They're shipping it. I think they're shipping it. I don't know if they shipped it today. I got confirmation they're going to ship the gear. I don't think it'll be here for Saturday, but we have talked, and we are planning on doing 1 American Truck Simulator per month. So we're gonna get that into the mix. So it's no longer going to be only Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's going to be American Truck Simulator. It's been a hit so far. So we'll see how it goes. And we got to mix it up a little bit, right? How many of you would like to see more racing? More racing? How about this? Any racing on this channel? Now, I used to be big into iRacing. I did a lot of iRacing. Maybe we'll have to do some of that too. All right, I better pay attention to what the hell I'm doing here. We're slowing down. We'll go ahead and put a notch of. I think we can put a. We don't need a notch of flaps yet. We're good. But I'm gonna drop this down here. So we're gonna go 20. Let's just go 10. And I'm going to go 20 on the right. That looks good. But yeah, we can't wait for that. American Truck Simulator. They actually have brackets to mount it on the desk, too. I forgot to ask them for that. I should mention that. Hey, Bats, will you do me a favor? Will you send me a DM... or Captain Howdy, one of you guys send me a DM in, or any of you, but send me a DM in Discord and remind me to reach back out to the vendor I'm talking about to ask them for the clamps for the American Truck Simulator panel, because I'm definitely going to need that, and I'll probably forget. And I'm hoping they can just throw it in while they send just 2 clamps. So please remind me so I don't forget. CP65 says Forza Horizon 6 when it comes out next month. Oh, that's right. Oh, baby. Yeah, we can do the force feedback with the Fanatec gear. I'm liking that idea there. I'm liking that a lot. Tashi Draco. See, he came out of the woodwork. We started talking about American Truck Simulator, and Tashi Draco drops in. How's it going, Tosh? Good to see you, man. Tashi says, train spotting when you're driving and you blame me. Distracting drivers die. It's... Oh, I can see what you're saying now, Captain Audi. It's getting a wee bit cloudy. Let's go ahead and drop a notch of flaps here, shall we? Let's go 1. I'm seeing rain. Another notch of flaps here. You see that? Bring a stereo cockpit. Volume all the way up. I'm going 1200. And we're doing the RNAV-Z. DM sent. Thank you, Captain Howdy. Appreciate it. Thank you. I don't want to forget about it, friends, because otherwise I'll get it and it'll be like this Rosefire thing on my desk. That's an A112 that I don't have any way to mount it. I'll have to jerry rig something. Wet landing. Thank you, Eagle. Oh, here's the other thing. By the way, let's go to the overhead. We can turn on our wipers. This thing has a wiper dial. Look at this. Let's go to wipers. Wax on, wax off. Now, as you can see, it only does the left wiper. So if you want the right wiper, you're gonna have to do it up in here. You have to go over here. But I can do the wiper here. I'm just gonna do this all night. Play with the wiper. I'm telling you, you know, when we first got the A107V3 and I said, you know, I like it, but I was just kind of like, you know what, the wing flex is gonna be so. And then I've been using the wing flex for a while, and I do like the wing flex, but I gotta say, I like this 1-to-1 ratio. It's grown on me, and the improvements that Rosefire did with their switches and buttons, the actuation, all that, I like it. And it's like a little over half. It's like 2/3. It's less than 2/3 the price of the wing flex. It's like what is it, Captain Howdy? Can you look this up? I think it's like $380. All right, let's go. Continue to slow down here. We're gonna turn and burn map. We're gonna turn and burn. Get over to Maples on approach here. Oh, we could be at 210 right now. I took those flaps out too early. No, 139. I had them right. $36.70, so we're fine. We're fine. We're just fine, friends. We're just fine. We'll have to do a update on the flight plan for the next leg. Can we get another leg in? What do you guys think? Are you guys up for another leg?
2,500.
We got some gusting winds here. So these gusting winds, it's just like... It's all right. Like these gusting winds, you can see this. Look at this. Look at this. Drop down and up. Look at this. Thing's going all over the freaking place. All right. Autopilot engaged again. We got full flaps. Let's go ahead and drop our landing gear. It's going to be an interesting landing here. We can see just fine, but we're turning burning, TJ. You have another hour to get another leg in. Yes. All right, let's go ahead and turn on the landing lights. Wing light, come on. There we go. I'll get the nameplates off here. And let's go approach mode once we get lined up here. It's a pretty shallow approach point here. All right, we're going to go approach. 5 right it is. Let's go landing system. Landing system on. Let's go ahead and get those on. And we're just going to follow this dot right here on down to Chinatown. Spoilers armed. But yeah, we do have gusting winds, Captain Howdy. This will be interesting. Wouldn't you love to see your pilot take a drink while he's landing your aircraft?
1,000.
All right, everything's set. I think. And we're going to exit on the left. Exit to the left for the terminal. Off of 5 right here. Look at all that traffic. Traffic.
500.
Okay, now this is another I&I Builds scenery package. We're coming into Indianapolis. This is actually a 2020 version, so we'll see how well it performs. This is like the I&I Builds night. All right, autopilot off. I did that a little bit late. I'm gonna be floating this thing for a while.
40, 30, 20, retard, 10.
Wow, it's windy. All right, reverser's on. I floated that a ways, I know. I realize it. 80 knots. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do runway turn-off lights and landing lights coming off. Taxi, and that's what I love. I can just reach over and I can just get this thing all set as I'm pulling off. Yeah, I kind of did, didn't I? That's all right. All right, we'll go over here. 7.5634. What the hell? That's some serious math there, CP. All right. All right, let's get the nameplates. How'd you land, Maple? TJ doesn't apparently have the scenery because he's going in the grass. Let's get over here to see N911. Bats is grading people. I did forget your landing advice. I was like, oh shoot, I didn't take the autopilot out in time, and at least we didn't have a hard landing. What did I get on LRM there, Captain Howdy? Oh, you know what? I lost LRM when, oh shoot. No, I didn't. Negative 240. That's not great. All right. I'd have to agree with your weird formula equation there, CP, on the 75634. Let's slow this down. All right, we're gonna watch the crew landing here. We wait. Just run random numbers again. Yeah, TJ, I figured. What's going on? Why is this jumping around, bouncing? Look at this. What the hell's going on? All right, there we go. Captain Howdy doesn't have the scenery either. That's all right. All right, here comes N911. Love that longitude. It's a beautiful plane. Now keep in mind, we've got a little bit of a stuttering. This is not a 2024 scenery package. This is 2020 that I just brought over to 2024 from I&I Builds. Here comes Big Steve. Oh, ouch. Ow. Ow. Big Steve. This is in your honor, Big Steve. Here we go. It actually happens to the best of us. CP said F. A little early. Hey, you know what? At least he tried. It's hard being in front of all these judgeful eyes, right, Big Steve? Believe me, my friends. I know. I mean, you having to land in front of CP65 all the time? Whew. Enough to give anybody a hernia. He didn't bounce. He didn't bounce. Right. That is true. All right, Captain Howdy's going to be coming in here with the A319. And sampled feline back there. I see you. See how good Captain Howdy does. Let's see if he takes his own advice here, friends. Right? Hey, Sample Feline, how far are you out? Are you out quite a ways or what? "32 nautical miles. Miles away." Captain Howdy's only 3.17 nautical miles away. So he brings it in. I think once Captain Howdy bats, once he lands, I'm going to go ahead and taxi on into the gate as we wait for Sampled Feline to get himself situated. If that sounds like a plan. Oh, Cordial Cloud's coming also? Where's he at? Oh, there he is. Cool. Zach Cole said, had to go around first time in the... Oh, yeah, that was released recently, wasn't it? That's awesome. Good old I&I builds, is that right? 1011. Here comes Captain Howdy. He doesn't have the scenery, so keep that in mind. Look like a nice landing there, Captain Howdy. Let's give it up to Captain Howdy. All right, Bats, you keep an eye on those guys. Holy crap. The hell just happened? Did you see that? Like everything, I was like bounced around and that was weird. Yeah, it did look good, didn't it, CP? I think I'm playing chicken with N911. Bring it. Bring it, N911. Oh, I see. I'm your Huckleberry. Nah, he went off the right. Oh, look at. He chickened out. We'll go park you over by Maple here. Man, I'll tell you what, I, you know, when they started off, their scenery, it wasn't bad, but performance was horrible. But they've figured out the magic sauce. I mean, like their KDFW scenery is one of the best you can get. I know we highlighted that several times, but that scenery is rockin', friends. I mean, this scenery isn't bad. I mean, look at the performance. It's 2020. It's not even like optimized for 2024, and it still runs pretty good. We're going to go right over here. A14, Alpha 14. They even have animation. You know, the crazy thing is, like the Detroit scenery, remember the people were static, and this is 2020, and the people are moving around in there. Although they're doing an airwalk, I think, Maple. It looks like they're not touching ground, but still. All right, let's go ahead and power this down. So we got to go over here, and we're going to go to the overhead. APU master on. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000. We'll go ahead and start. And go ahead and turn off our taxi lights, our runway turn-off lights. Wing light can come off. Gotta leave that beacon running because we got the engines running, and I forgot to put the APU on. My bad. APU is going now. God, I love this airplane. So what you can do is I can hit the clear on the ECAM, and once I do that, it turns that off. All right. I think we're good to go, and we can go APU bleed. Nope, we're still climbing here. All right, now we're good. APU bleed on, and now we can go ahead and turn off the engines. Engine 2 off, engine 1 off. And there they go. All right. And now we can go ahead and turn the beacon light off. Strobe off. Nav light off. And then let's go ahead and do external power. And now we can kick off our APU. ADIRs can come off. Seatbelt off. Oxygen crew coming off. And fuel pumps coming off. Don't think I missed anything. All right. Now we got to turn around. Do you guys want to do one more? One more for the road? Well, how many of you want to do another leg? I'm going to put a poll in here. How many of you want to do another leg? Let me do a poll. One sec. Let me find my damn browser. There we go. There. Okay. Quick poll. Start a poll. And What's the other leg? I already forget. We are going to go from Indianapolis to Milwaukee. That's right, KMKE. All right, should we do another leg? Kind to KMKE. All right, pull is open. I'm going to leave it open for a couple minutes. You tell me. I'll let the SimFans decide this one. Captain Howdy says one more leg. I mean, I'm down with that, Captain Howdy. I just want to make sure everybody's with me on this. We got a few saying no and a few saying yes. Look at them bring that. They're gonna pull that luggage out. They're gonna pull your luggage out, Maple. Well, we got about 2/3 saying yes, a third saying no. Eagle says, I said yes and no. I don't care. We only have 13 votes. There's 24 watching right now, but only 13 votes. How is that possible? How is that possible? That's a cool view, by the way. I like that view. Isn't that a cool view? Man, I should grab that kind of view for a thumbnail for a live stream. All right, let's see who won that last landing challenge, friends. Is it posted, Bats? Eagle says, I'm already waiting on 5 right. We got several in voice chat, too. I might have to join voice chat later if we do another leg. I don't know. A third of you saying no? Let me check here. Who won that last landing challenge? Let's see. Landing challenge winners. Oh, it's still undecided. Oh, you're waiting for Feline yet. All right. Well, while you're waiting for Feline, I'm going to restart. We'll do another. The poll is in. We'll do another leg. Screw it. Let's do it. As much trouble as I had getting started with it, we better damn well do another leg, friends. I'm just telling you right now, okay? Yeah, I hear you now clapping, Tashi Draco. Okay, let's see. We're gonna take off from 5 right. Somebody's already. Who's waiting at 5 right already? Eagle, you were waiting. Okay. A12. All right, we are going to take off from A12. Let's do a little start the flight. Is that cool? It says, I just flew the L1011. It definitely has good system depth and has a lot to learn to master flying it. It's a mix of automatic and manual flying. Nice. And that is only now, because like I builds, I think, they only offer their scenery and their aircraft in the Microsoft Flight Simulator Marketplace. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's where you pick it up. But I actually think they have it a little cheaper now, too. What the flop? Fudge pack. Okay. And there we have it. All right. I am going to do give me a sec. I'm going to get a new updated sim brief here. So I'm going to show you all, but just because I can, we're going to take a look at, you all know how to do sim brief, I know. But we sometimes have the occasional person that joins and they're like a little bit like, I'm not sure how to do the commercial flying. Do I really want to take the plunge? And so what I'm going to do is get Chrome open here. Give me a sec. Oh, see, it's clicking away again. My goodness. My goodness. SimBrief. There we go. You hear it? Yep, that would be the Rosefire that's doing that. Annoying as a son of a gun. SimBrief downloader. Chrome. Huh. Did not work. Oh, here we go. There we go. Jeez. Okay, so here is SimBrief. Who doesn't have SimBrief? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go in here. It's super easy. Just go new flight. And there's actually integration within Microsoft Flight Simulator for this now. And it's totally free. So we're just going to type in departure. We're going to say kind. And then we're going to tab. We're going to type in, where are we going? KMKE, right? Milwaukee. A320 for A320. And we are actually flying the CFM version. We're not doing the shark fin, so we're doing that. And then we can see this says departure runway at 5 left, but I think you all want to do 5 right. So we're going to change that. We'll do SID. And then that's all you have to do. And then we hit generate flight. It's going to generate this thing. And then once it generates, you can actually set it up so you can download the PDF right to your hard drive, which I have. Or you can go over here and say view PDF. And then you can see like your entire flight route, your balance, your weights and all that, your estimated time, like your block time. Like we have your hour and 15 minutes and all that good funky stuff. Okay. But anyway, that's pretty straightforward. So we got that. Now, the cool thing is, once you have that done, friends, then all you got to do is drop down here in your simulator, turn on the EFB, go to Phoenix, and hit tap to import. It's going to pull that, and you just basically set that to your SimBrief ID. And then you get this in here. So it says kind to KMKE. And then you have your METAR information as well, ground services. That all looks okay for now. And I'm going to switch over. Man, it's like so quiet. Listen, it's so quiet. But let's do the... and I'm going to show you another thing. I'm going to show you JD's checklist. This thing I love. If you're flying the Airbus A320, I went through and highlighted some things. But I love this thing. I love JD's checklist. It's free. You can pick it up on flightsim.to. It's an absolute must in my book. It's a must-have, especially if you're flying the Fenix Airbus like I'm doing here. But you can see this. So I went through and highlighted some things, but you see parking brake, battery, and all that. So like if we're going through this checklist, you can see I've got parking brake, battery, external, and all this. You can just follow through this whole thing to get your aircraft up in the air. Because as you know, with the Fenix, you don't have like those click points where you're seeing exactly how you need to like go through your checklist. Like the built-in checklist, it doesn't. Some of the aircraft do have it, but not this one. Okay, so now that we're all set to go, let's go ahead and put the overhead panel on. Again, we're checking out the A107V3. I actually do like this thing, and we're going to go ahead and turn BAT 1, BAT 2, BAT 2, and then external power. There we go. You can hear the air conditioning kick in. There it is. I'm going to turn these down and going to demo. Now, this is the other thing that's really cool, friends. Look at this. So I got the FCO. I got the wind control stuff right here. So like, check this out. We can go in here and we can actually brighten and dim just using our virtual cockpit. And so we can do that. And we can also do it with the display here too, like brighten and dim that as well. And so we can kind of turn that down. If it's dark in your office or your game room, you can do that. It's pretty sweet. I do like that. Okay. Let's go to the next part. So parking brake is set. Bats 1 and 2. Pull these up here. It's already set to parking brake. External power is on. Nav and logo lights. So we're going to go over here. Set that to 1. And then also we got our APU master. So turn that on. Wait about 3 seconds. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. We're going to go ahead and start our APU. If we go right down here, we can see our APU is going to start up on the ECAM. So you can watch that. There it goes. Flap is open, and we're going to hear it kick in. You can see the heat blur here. All right, as that goes ahead and climbs up to 100% as we wait for that to come up, we can go ahead and get our ADIRs up and running. So I'm going to go ahead and turn those on. 1, 2, and 3. And I love the ADIR switch on the Rosefire. They feel nice and solid. I actually, they feel really good. Like all the buttons and knobs and switches on this thing feel pretty good. And again, I think it's like $380 or something like that. While this is coming up fully, I'm going to check that really quick. But like when you're comparing it to the WingFlex for $600, and this is like 300 and I don't know, was it 370? Let me check. Shop. There it is. $380. So you're talking $380 for the 1-to-1 or the, and I love the WingFlex, but that's $600. It's a lot of money. Okay, so we should have that up and running, our APU. So now that we have the available in the APU, at this point we can go ahead and turn our external power off. So we're going to go ahead and hit this switch. They got to fix that though. I got to hit that switch twice. The external power switch, that needs to be a toggle switch, and it's not right now. At least in the unit they gave me. And this is the version 3. So, but other than that, it's not. The switches all work well. APU bleed is on. We got to turn that on. So let's go over here. Like that, it has the LED colors as well that match the actual Airbus. The blue, the amber, the white, the green. Love it. ADIRs are already on. We got that going. Fuel pumps, we go ahead and turn those on. And the oxygen cruise supply. No white lights. Good. Emergency exit lights on. Armed. Those are armed. And then no smoking. There we go. All right. No smoking. Right, we are good to go. EFB, my flight sim brief import. So we're gonna go over here, import our. I already did that. Okay, we're good there. Ground services as desired. Mass imbalance. We need to do that. GPU is on, so we're gonna leave. Actually, we can take our ground power off. Mass imbalance. Let's go ahead and load aircraft. We're going to go instant to keep this stream going. And I'll usually come back to that so it's more accurate. So we're going to come back to that. But I do like to set the charts. And so we are going to go to kind, ground chart, airport info. There we go. And this is Navigraph. So you got to have a Navigraph subscription. But we're going to go back to 5 right to take off. All right. Good to go there. Perfect. All right, next thing we're going to do is we got to go to iNet, and so we're going to go down to the lower right and go to our MCDU. So we're going to hit flight plan, and then we're going to go to iNet. I'm sorry, we're going to go iNet on here. There's a button here. This is, by the way, the PFP, the MCDU from WINCTRL. It's like $150, $170. I don't know. It's well worth it. But we're going to hit iNet a request on the RSK2. The wind control stuff, in my opinion, friends, is like no-brainer. And I am looking forward to their overhead panel because that's coming. I'm going to do AAL 542, hit the LSK3, get that plugged in. Cost index for this route, for this leg, ladies and gentlemen, is as follows. Let me open up flight plan here because I got a new one. And it looks like the cost index is 28, so we're going to 28. Cost index, and our cruise altitude is 27,000, so 270, flight level 270, and it plugs that temperature automatically in there, so that's good to go. All right, perfect. We got that set. Now we can move on to our flight plan. So we're going to hit flight plan. And we're at Indianapolis departure. We're going to do 5 right. We're going to do a standard instrument departure or SID. And that is going to be Mirrors 7Z. I don't know if this has changed. So can somebody type in exclamation FP in chat, see if that changed. But we're going Mirrors 7. And this is the first time I've like programmed this in. Our transition is BVT. And we're going to hit insert. And then we're going to go to KMKE, and we're going to hit RSK1 for arrival. Our arrival is 7 right. Let's see what we have for an arrival. Thank you, Bats. I need a... I'm going to bring up Navigraph Sim charts. Let me unload our previous one. We're going to import the new one. Kind to KME. 7 right. What do you guys think? Should we do the ILS or RNAV this time? I guess we pretty much have to do the RNAV, don't we, CP? All right, we'll do the RNAV 7 right. We'll do the RNAV Y 7 right. RNAV Y 7 right. Okay, so let's do that. Let's program that in. RNAV 7 right Y LSK4. And I've got honor. I think we're good. Flight plan discontinuity. We got rid of the manual and the flight plan discontinuity. It's not going to let me do this. I've run into that before. I hate that. That's fine. Here's another disco. That one I can remove. Okay. And then there's 7 right. All right, let's check. Oh, do I have the XR? There we go. It's supposed to be XR and then honor. For some reason, that's not in there. If any of you had this where it says not allowed, like we're taking off a 5 right, apparently we're supposed to do vectors there. XR. Did I pick the wrong thing? Why does it say irony and Wallum? The hell? I did Y. Did I not do that? Hold on. Arrival, approach, 7 right Y. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, I did RNAV-Y. I don't know why it says irony, but XR. Oh, we're just gonna have to do these manually. So we're gonna say HON. Is it UR? Honor. Oh, not hour. If anything worked tonight, it would be amazing. So we're gonna go before that. Then Gauss. This should already be here. This is annoying. Oh well. Gauss. Snaps. Sometimes you just gotta do, you know, sometimes you just gotta do stuff yourself. You want it done right? C-Max. Almost said something different. That would have been horrible. Janzi. Always when you're in a hurry. And I think do we have Wallem then? Nope, we don't yet. There's Wallem. What? That's weird. Okay, clear that and clear irony. So we'll go Janzi to Wallem. Okay, let's see how that looks. And then that should take us to 7. Okay, let's check this. Hey, how's it going, Mustang? Everybody give it up to Mustang! All right, I'm going to go... We got the discontinuity. That's fine. Whatever. So we're going to go plan here. And we're going to look up top here. And, of course, it's not going to have anything because then we're going to pick up mirrors. So we're just going to have to go get to mirrors. And actually, I'm going to zoom out so we can kind of get a feel for... Okay, we're going to have to go to the right. Or... Let's see, are we pointing that direction? I don't know if we're pointing that. So we need to check that, but we need to go to mirrors to pick up that waypoint. We could go direct once we get up in the air. So anyway, we're going to go mirrors, and then we're just going to make sure this all looks good. It's pretty short flight, and there we can come right in. Okay, that looks fine. It'd be a left, yeah. Okay, thank you, Mr. Eagle. All right, so we're going to do that, and we're going to go back to 10. Back to ARC, and there we go. Okay. All right, that's done. All right, we're gonna go back to our checklist here, and the next thing we're gonna do is do departure performance. Actually, we're gonna go INIT. And so I gotta go INIT here, and then we're gonna go over one page, and then ZFW and all that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna zip over here, and we're gonna do our departure performance right here. So we're gonna sync our load sheet. We're gonna sync our weather. We're gonna hit calculate. Now, if you wanted to program this in, that's great. Go for it. But I'm gonna hit send to MCDU, so it's just faster. I did the wrong thing. I meant to do mass imbalance. Send to MCDU. There we go. And I'm going to double check that just to make sure against my sim brief times and routes and weights. Zero fuel weight, 131.8. We can see that is actually accurate. And our block fuel is at 12.4, 12.3. We've been running the APU for a bit, so that's close enough for government work, as they say. So we're good to go there. Now we can go to our performance page, and now we have the stuff set. We had to have our weight and balance before the performance could be done. I'm just going to do this again. Calculate, make sure that all looks the same, and it looks like it does. Okay, so that's good. Up. Okay, good to go. All right, we're good. We're good. Okay, so we got our performance set. Our V1, VR, V2, transition, altitude 18,000, flight level 180, flex attempt set, flaps are set. Altimeter, barometric pressure, TJ. Turn off simplified aircraft. You said that before. Where are you talking about? Where do you mean? Where are you talking turn off simplified aircraft? In the menu. In what menu? You mean in the flight simulator menu? Oh, under online? Okay. I got you, because it's like, I'm in the FCU. I didn't know if you were talking about that or somewhere else. Online. Oh, there we go. High fidelity. Got it. Okay. There we go. Thanks, TJ. Okay, so we've got that all set. Altimeter, that's where we're at. Okay, we're going to go Phoenix. Let's go departure, and we got 3010, so we're going to set that over on the captain's side, 3010, and we're going to set that over on the right, and the first officer, 3010, perfect. And FCU speed, these are dashed out, so that's looking good. We want to make sure those are dashed out, and we want to go our altitude. And what did I say our altitude is, TJ? Anyone? Bueller? What'd I say? Flight level 270. So we're going to set that to the 1,000 points, and we're going to just turn this knob on the wind control FCU to flight level 270. And there we are. Set and check. Perfect. Transponder TCAS set to auto. We're going to go ahead and do that. So we got that to auto. You got 270 as well. Awesome, TJ. And external power, verify off. And again, over here, we can verify that that is off. We don't have the external power illuminating in green, right? So that's off. That's good. APU bleed is on. We got that verified with the blue light. Seatbelt signs coming on. We're going to go ahead and flip that switch. Seatbelt signs on. And beacon coming on. And I got to make sure I've got... hey. There we go. GSX is on. Okay. GSX really on? Okay. I didn't think it was on. Okay, here we go. And beacon coming on. Start it on. Let's go. There we go. I gotta hit the right switch. Gotta hit the right switch, Alice. I'm telling you, right? I need an eggnog. Hey, can one of you stewardess or stewards back there get me an orange whip? Pretend I'm Denzel Washington up here. I'll get you there safe, John. What's up, Johnny Mon? Johnny Mon, hell of a guy's in the house, friends. Let's give it up to John. John, we're checking out the Rosefire hardware tonight. How's it going, John? Working hard or hardly working? I know you're probably working hard. Max doesn't have hands. John says, sorry for the late arrival. No worries, man. At the office, it's been a bit hectic. Just wanted to stop in to say hi. Hope you all having a great stream. Yeah, it's been a hard stream, John. The stream dropped like the first time ever. It like completely dropped, lost it, I had to restart it. I think it might have been the first time, maybe the second time. And I had a whole shit show with getting the Rosefire. The Rosefire gear was working and it stopped working about an hour before the stream. And I had to get all that working. Go back and watch the stream. I know you'll watch it because you always do, because I like that, buddy. But yeah, it ended up being a false start, as CP said. But appreciate you being here, John. Even saying hello, even though you got to take off. We understand. Yeah, it was a rough start, but we're fine now. Everybody's alive. We're happy about that. So, did they say they're ready for me to push back? Release the parking brakes or no? Oh, here we go. Quick edit pushback map. John, we are using the new GSX release that was released today. Clear route. Oh, you pus bucket. Here we go. Wait, where are we going? Oh, we're going this way. That's right. All right. I'm not going to make the same mistake this time. Yeah, it's a long ways back there. Damn it. Damn it all! Wait, what happened? I missed my... Oh, no. Oh, no! Change direction? Oh, shit. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. GSX just took a shit on me. Here we go. Hello? It's not gonna work now. I can't, you know what? If we didn't have bad luck tonight, we'd have no luck. I'm just telling y'all. This has just been a shit show from the beginning. Like, nothing is frickin' worked tonight. What is... Oh my gosh. You know what? I've about had it. I've about had it, friends. Like, my GSX crashed. I think this has got to be, like, probably a tie for the most problems I've had in any live stream.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
They're ready again.
Icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes.
Maybe, CP. Maybe. Well, I'll tell you what. If the stream crashes, I'm done. I'll see you with an orange whip in hand in Discord voice. So let's put it that way, okay? If the stream crashes again, because that's what happened the first leg.
Departure checks completed.
Been freaking insane tonight. I about had it with the freaking problems. I don't know about all of you, but I about reached my limit with the technical problems for one night. I blame Rosefire. I've never had this many problems until I put... No, I can't blame Rosefire. But I really haven't. I'm just kidding, though. It's not Rosefire, but geez. Right, let's go. Yes, yes, you can, Eagle says. I can blame Rosefire. Telling you. I've not had this many problems, I don't think, ever. I think this is the most technical problem. Well, I can't say that. I would much rather have what we're having tonight than when I was having... Remember, for those of you that were around for a while, there was a point in time, like earlier on, that I kept having stream buffers, and that was driving me, and I finally got that figured out. And man, I had that for like... I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 streams I was having issues with that, and I finally got it resolved. I'd much rather have this tonight than that. That was because I couldn't do anything. I should have just done a Shift P and did a pushback, manual pushback. Are they ready or? What are we doing here? GSX was updated today. Okay, here we go. Back to this. Oh no, the map's not working. Now there was a GSX update today that I installed. I'm not gonna do the map. Just straight pushback, manual stop at 100. We'll just do this. Screw it. The map apparently is broken. They actually updated the map part, but it's apparently having a problem right now. But there was a recent big update from GSX 10, and I was worried about this kind of thing too, because I updated right before the live stream tonight. We're just gonna go ahead and start the engines. All right, here we go. We gotta get going. John, I need an orange whip, man. I'm starting to get the jitters. Look at Cordial Cloud going in that L1011. That's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you.
Eagle says, get going, I'm already descending. This is going to be a pretty short hop.
The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important information about exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and
all right, here we go. We're stopping.
Which you must adopt if you hear brace, brace.
Brace, brace.
There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now
Please set parking
All right,
brake.
parking brake coming on, pack 32.
Please be aware that your nearest usable exit.
All right, we're going to go over to the left and confirm go to start. And we will confirm good engine start.
Set to ground.
Okay, get GSX out of here.
You can disconnect.
I do like GSX, but
Unlocking gear.
Must be fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep.
boy, when you see a hard crash with GSX, you just know it's not going to be good.
Masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap.
Bat says, Eagle Sky, I got 64 nautical miles and gaining.
Others. If we land on water, take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch.
I'm slowing so you'll get here.
Pass the tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to adjust.
Tow truck disconnected.
Not
Bypass pin removed.
inside the aircraft.
Thank God.
Left is clear.
Inflate
Right
it
is clear.
with the top.
All right, we got both engines a good start. All right, looking good. Let's go ahead and get our engine mode selector to mode normal. APU bleed can come off. Our APU master can come off. We don't need to worry about wing ice. We're going to go max on the auto brake. Flaps, what do we have for flaps? We had flaps 1 down 7. So let's go ahead and get flaps at 1 down 7. So flaps 1. So that comes down. And we're going to go over here. We're going to go to flight control on the ECAM. And we're going to go down 0.7. One more. Down 0.7, perfect. Ground spoilers to arm. Got those armed. Pitch trim, strobes to auto, along with nose lights to taxi. And we are ready. We are ready, Freddies. Let's get the hell over to runway 5 right. And I need to get over to our charts. So we're going to go to the left and then down Charlie to the right. Okay. Let's do it, people. Finally. Man, I love in the URSA throttle controls, they have a solenoid so you can actually feel it rumble. Love that. Hey, TJ. TJ, what are you flying? Are you flying the DC-9? Or what? No, you were flying the CRJ, weren't you? Or aren't you? We're going to taxi fairly fast here. Almost staring over there. Good to see you, Governor. As we depart the I&I builds Indianapolis, Kind Airport for Milwaukee. How many of you been to the Milwaukee airport? I just felt the rumble coming through my URSA minor and Flightstick and the throttles. Must have hit something, I don't know. Kansas City's back there. TJ Turner. Hey, Sample Feline. We got a lot of people that are already off to the airport because it's taken forever and a day to get going here. As usual, I know. Is that cool, says me? And we'll have to do direct once we get in the air. Since we don't have, usually you'd have ATC guiding you to the waypoint. But since we have that flight plan discontinuity, if I go down here, see that flight plan discontinuity right here? So we're going to have to do direct to Mears. But we'll wait until we get airborne. Eagle says he's going to hold for you, Bats. Well, isn't that a nice guy? What a nice guy you are, Eagle. I'm going to get over here with Almost Aaron before we get going. Oh, look at that windsock. Look at that. Looks like some wind there, Bats. Hey, can I get a PIREP? Did you guys have a hard time getting off or not? Oh, God, that sounded bad. Did you all have a hard time taking off or not? Unbelievable. Leave it to me. Freudian slip. Leave it to me. Everybody just ignore that. Please. My goodness. CP. Can't take me anywhere, can you? All right, we're going to stop short. Now, this is, again, this is 2020 scenery, so let's go sterile cockpit. All right, and time to get this bird up in the air finally, friends. Let's do this. My dino nuggets are calling to me. Okay, so let's go ahead and terrain ND. We're going to get this on. Chronometers on. All right, perfect. And weather radar, we're going to go ahead and we can actually turn that on. And you all came here to see this, right? I think. So, again, with the weather radar, what you're going to see over here on this device, let me zoom in just one more time since we're highlighting this. I'm going to go down here. And so we got the weather radar that is right here. And this is the panel here. So we're going to go weather to 2, and then predictive wind shear to auto. And that's that. Okay. Transponder to TCAS, takeoff in config set. TCAS here, and takeoff, we're going to do ECAM on that. And we got normal. Awesome. I think we're ready, friends. Are we ready? I think we are. Let's go nose light on, landing lights, runway turn-off lights, wing light, and we are ready to go. Park and brake off. Here we go. Track IR's on. I love these wind control Orion Rudder Pedals, Airline Edition. They are replicas of the Airbus A320 that we're flying right now. And they are a delight. Getting spaghetti on? Ooh, that sounds good, almost, Aaron. All right, here we go. 40%, and then we're going to go toga. Release the brakes. All right, toga. 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 Keep the nose centered. Release forward pressure on the flight stick. Keep the nose down the center line. Sympathetic. Got those crosswinds. Adding a little right aileron. V1. Rotate. V2. And we are airborne. Gear coming up. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, pick up our, okay, to the left, just like you said. Just like you said there, Eagle. We're going to go a little instrument flying because we can't see shit outside. Can't go autopilot yet because we haven't intercepted, but what we can do is we can go direct. We're going to go climb, lever to climb. All right, and now we're going to go direct. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hit the direct button, and then we're going to go to mirrors and direct to insert, and there we go. Now we're golden, and let's go ahead and hit autopilot 1. So we're going to hit autopilot 1. That's going to enable, and our aircraft's going to start turning in there. Turn and burn map. Turn and burn. There we go. And we are above that cloud deck, which is nice. I like that. And let's go ahead and pull up our spoilers, or our flaps.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened.
And that's how you do that, friends. We're good.
Keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each.
I can fake it with the best of them. We're going to go 40 on the left, 80 on the right. MFDs. And we'll climb through flight level 100, and I'm going to have to do a bio break quick. We got 29 in here, friends. Thank you for joining us. I'm SimFanatic with the SimFan family and the crew. We're glad to have you. And we're going a little later tonight, doing a couple legs as we check out the Rowsfire A107 overhead panel over here and the A112 weather and lighting control module. Not for just a general casual person that really wants to get the best value for their dollar, but for those of you that are diehard trying to build your aircraft and you want an Airbus replica, the hardware is great. Software, okay, we'll leave it at that. And she's climbing. Man, I love the sounds. Love those sounds. Love the shape of that wing, by the way, friends. Emmett the Nemesis, how's it going, man? Emmett, when did you sneak in here, brother? Good to see you, Emmett. Thank you for joining, my friend. Good to see you. We got Cordial Claw back there. Captain Howdy. How do, Captain Howdy? Gonna fly that second leg. Almost Aaron as well. And then Bats, are you already almost at the airport? There's TJ Turner over there. Can't miss TJ. Never miss TJ. Man, I love this plane. I think it's my favorite. You know what? As much as I love the PMDG and the Boeing, I love the Airbus. Okay, we are above 10,000 feet, so we are going to say testing, 1, 2, testing. We're going to go ahead and pull out STD. We'll leave that all for your imagination. That's almost as nice. 15 nautical miles out? Wow, over Chicago. Emmett says, I snuck in after watching the Artemis 2. Yeah, that was awesome, wasn't it? Bats at 27,000. I'm just pulling up the RNAV there, Bats. That reminds me. What do we have? Our intercept at 1,800 feet. Captain Howdy says, STD, STD. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Colonel, sir. That's us into the wild blue yonder. Let's go ahead and turn off the wing lights. And this is what I love about this, right? It's like, here, this is always so much fun. You probably all think, like, I'm such a child because it's like, really, SimFanatic? Is it that cool? But here we've got the lights. We go underneath here, and then, so I'm going to go over to the overhead panel. We're going to turn off the right one, so look to the left there. We'll turn off the right light. You're going to see it actually retract and turn off, and then we're going to do the left one. So you're going to see the same with the one on the left, so you look to the light on the right. And there it comes off. Love that animation. And then here's our wing light. So you see that wing light's on? So you go over to our A107 panel. We're going to turn that off. Wing light coming off. And you're not going to see the landing gear. And runway turn off lights. Turn that off. There we go. All right. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Friends, so good to see you here, 25 of you. Don't go anywhere. This is a short hop. We're going to see if I can do better on my landing this time. Take Captain Howdy's continued advice on landing this bird, and we'll see how we do the second time around for the second leg. Friends, thanks for joining us. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right. Thanks, friends, for sticking around. Let me see if I can show you around the studio here really quick. Let me pull my shorts down. I mean, see if I can show you around the studio here. I didn't mean it the way it sounded. Sorry. All right, so we got the overview. So here we've got the full. Let me get this set. But here we got the Pack 32. So this is the Pack 32, and then this is the wind control. This is all wind control stuff. So you've got the spoiler, which I forgot to disarm the spoiler. You've got the flaps, selector, the auto throttle that actually has solenoids in it that rumble. The AGP with the metal landing gear. Underneath here, you got the ECAM. I've got the, as you can see, the FCU, the EFIS, the awesome MCDU, and then we've got this awesome Flight Sim Mods panel that you can interchange these. Pretty sweet. And then over here, we've got the flight controls, the URSA minor. And again, as we're highlighting tonight, we have the Rowsfire A107 Overhead Panel and the A112 lighting and control panel. Okay, I need to get my self situated, don't I? Thank you, Eagle. We got top of descent already. Oh, yeah. Top of descent's coming. 1456. Wait, is that right? Oh, we got plenty of time then. We got 14 minutes. Oh, we got plenty of time. Anyway, I wanted to show that, friends. But I do need to enter my destination data. That back there. And turn that off. Turn me on. Ooh. Okay, I gotta get... Sorry. Terrible joke. Okay, enter destination data. So let's go over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, I was just showing you this, so I'm going to do my MCDU. I'm going to go to perf. What just dinged? Okay, Q&H. What just dinged? Brakes, parking brake is, whoa. What? Why does it say parking brake is on? That was weird. I just reset that. Okay, did it just turn on again? What's going on with this? Man, I'll tell you what, I have never had so many effing problems in one night. Okay. Jeez. Okay, here we go. Arrival. And right, we're going to see, I'm going to plug this stuff in. So QNH on arrival is 3020. So we're going to dial that in, 3020. Plugging that in, LSK1. And our temperature is 1 degree. Wow. What do you think the temperature is? 1. Winds are at 040 at 13 knots. Is this at all close there, Captain Howdy, the rest of you? LSK3, and then we're good to go. Just so you can see what I just programmed in there. There I have it. And I'm going to go back to flight plan. See if I can cycle the parking brake again. That's weird. Brakes, parking brake is on. Is it going to ding on me again? Man, it's been one of those nights, Eagle. Have we reached the members-only stream yet? It's going to soon be that way, I think. I'm going to start swearing up a... I'm going to be like a... Captain Howdy, I'm going to be like a drunken sailor here soon. One more thing goes wrong tonight. I think all of us, everybody has those nights, right? I'm not immune, certainly. Yeah, if we look over here, we have a ways to top of descent. Here's our top of descent right there, that line. But we are at cruise altitude. Look at that cloud. Look at the cloud layers, though. Man, is that beautiful. Isn't it, Captain Howdy? I mean, those clouds look amazing. I remember when we had to pay dearly in performance for clouds like that. We maybe get like 3 frames per second. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Symphonic, the clouds are fluffy. They're fluffy. They're very fluffy. Yes, they are, Captain Howdy. Bat says, I think we are in members mode. I think we are. It's just one of those nights, you know, it's just like when it rains, it pours. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying, right? Eagle, Captain Howdy, Bats, everybody, all of you in chat, tell me about it. My goodness. What a late night, though. It's almost 10:30. And we got another 9 minutes before we're even at top of descent. Yes, Mr. Symphonic, it is pouring like cats and dogs. Life gets in the way too many times. You're right, CP. That's true. Very wise. I'm also doing this as a lifetime, too, so nice. Can I just turn the camera off? You guys don't need to see my ugly mug, right? You know, when we do members mode, I usually have my camera off. And you know what? To be honest, it's a way that I can encourage people to be a member, because then they can join our streams. You know, of course, when we have those members only, that is, and not have to deal with my face, right? I mean, that right there is the price of admission, isn't it, Captain Howdy? Don't you hide your face from me. Oh, okay. So, what do you all... I want to see in chat, like... here, I'm going to do a poll. You know, we got to do this back and forth thing here. So, I'm going to put a new poll in here, because I'm all about you all. And get your thoughts, opinions, and whatnot. And so, let me start a poll... And I'm gonna. My first question is, how many of you are interested? Oh, I'm actually gonna ask it this way. So I got a question, and I do hope you will all respond. Give me a second. I gotta type. My fingers need to. I need to loosen up. Okay, I've got another option. One more. We got another option. Okay, let me... How many are interested in the Rosefire equipment highlighted tonight? A107. Okay, here we go. So here, I got a poll. Would you please let me know what you think? Again, we are talking about the... tonight we've been highlighting the Rosefire A107, that's this big part right here. That's our overhead panel from Rosefire, and then the A112, that's the lighting where I can dim and brighten the lights within the cockpit pedestal, and then also manipulate the weather radar. I didn't actually get into actually manipulating the weather radar, but we had some weather. I suppose I could do that. Or are you interested in both or neither? I am very interested in your response, and I'm sure that Rowsfire and RTRhobby will check this out later, so definitely appreciate anyone that would vote, and let me know, let Rosefire know if you're interested in any of these products. And I see a lot of neithers, but I do see some interest in the A107 and none so far interested in the A112. None interested in both. I get that. I'm not surprised. The A112, I don't think they're going to be selling many of these at $150 a pop, except for, like, again, those that are like diehard. I scratched my arm, by the way. I don't know how I did that. Anybody see me like scratch my arm? If I had that many orange whips, Captain Howdy, I don't think so. Both are just too expensive. I mean, the overhead panel being $380, I agree, it's pretty pricey. I think the price point I would think would be good for Rosefire to have on this thing would probably be around the $250 mark. I think if they would have this at maybe, but see, I think WINCTRL, them coming out with their overhead panel is going to be like very affordable like any of their stuff, and it's going to be great. I know it, and I'm going to try to get a hold of it. I'm sure they're going to, I'm not sure, I'm hoping they'll send me it so I can compare them with all of them. This one, I think they should have the price point on this thing like at maybe $199.99, $250 max with it at $380. I agree. It's a pretty high price. Steve Mallon says I have no idea what they are. Steve, you have to go back earlier in the stream. I talk about back earlier in the stream and what they. So this one right up here, Steve, is the overhead panel, like in the Airbus. So if we look up top here, this has like your switches, like your light switches, the buttons for like your fuel, the fire retardant, the ADAIR switches, the light switches. That's what the A107 is. This one is down below, and this one is essentially just in this small area right here with the floodlight and the integral light. And look at it kind of sift back and forth. But that's what this one, you can control your lighting. You can't see that, can you? It's this right here. And so, I mean, again, oh great, I can change my floodlighting and my pedestal light, which it's cool. But like these switches, you hit twice. I don't get why they came out with this. So, like, if I was gonna say anything, come out with the radio panel. Like, I think they would have been better served, and they might have the radio panel, to be honest. Actually, I should check that. Do I have time to check that quick? Let me go over. Let me look. Yeah, they do have the radio panel. Okay, so they do have the radio panel. So they have this panel right here, and that whole that's $290. So they have this for $290, and then I think they're just trying to complete their stack. How you like that word there, Captain Audi? Stack. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're not going to sell these by themselves. Let me just put it that way. Nobody's going to go out and be like, well, I don't have the A107 overhead panel. I'm kind of on the fence. Maybe I'll get the weather radar with the lights for $150, or do I get the URSA minor flight stick for 2/3 of the price? Yeah. I appreciate RTRhobby sending them our way so I can actually review these, because if they didn't send this, there's some of you that may actually be interested in it, right? Some of you might be like, you know what, I'm trying to build my full Airbus cockpit. I want full immersion. I'm going to pick this up, and that's great. All right, I need to get this down. What did I say? 1,800. So let's go ahead and get this down to 1,800. So I'm going to zip this down to Chinatown, so to speak there, Captain Howdy. There we go, 1,800, and that's set. So again, we appreciate, we really do. I appreciate RTRhobby and Rosefire. You're out there. We do appreciate you sending them our way. We appreciate you building great products for the hobby. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, that is an incredible thing, and they've got a niche. You got to find the niche and then and go for it. I do like their overhead panel. That one's growing on me. All right, we're going to go ahead and let's descend. So we're going to push this button here, and we're going to switch to descent mode, and you're going to see our vertical speed drop. And over here, our engines are spooling down, as you'd normally find as we begin our descent into Milwaukee. Oh, there she goes. Really dropping down N911. She is stacked. Yeah, she is stacked, buddy. She's stacked. Okay, Captain Howdy, are you feeling it, buddy? Are you feeling it? I think you are. I think all of you are. Who's all joining us for the landing challenge in the Milwaukee? Anyone? Anyone? Oh, I have a song for John. John left though, didn't he? Got a song for John. I gotta find it first. Yeah, I missed it. That's not it. Oh, here it is. Wait, is this it? Nope, that's not it. Damn, where'd it go? Maybe it's in the rock playlist? Oh, here it is. This is the Prox song here. Kudos to Prox. Kenny forgot us first. All right, we're coming in. Milwaukee. Okay, coming to Brave STD. Syphilis. Here we go. 3010. Let's go ahead and check. Let's go over here and check our 3020. Here we go. Get this programmed in. 3020 on the first officer side. There we go. Oop, there we go. Captain Red Sky, everybody welcome Captain Red Sky. Good to see you, Captain Red Sky. How's it going, brother? Good timing, man. We're coming into Milwaukee. We're gonna nail this, man. We're gonna end the stream better than it started. That's not gonna be hard. Good to see you, friends. Everybody, thank you for being here tonight. I'm SimFanatic with the SimFan crew. We're doing a little longer flight tonight there, Captain Red Sky. How are you doing, man? He says, hope you are well. I'm doing well, man. How are you? You're doing good? Awesome. Captain Red Sky, look at this. Look at these clouds. Look at this cloud layer. Look at these towering cumulus clouds. Dude, you missed it, though. You'll have to check out earlier in the stream. We were highlighting the Rosefire stuff. I had to do drag. And I don't mean... Well, I'm not going to say it. But yeah, we're checking out the A107V3 for another time, but the A112 weather module and cockpit lighting dimmers, switches for the first time tonight from Rowsfire, friends over at Rosefire, sending it our way. So we're going to do a little bend, a little hairpin turn back in, take that the spoilers out. That'd be a good screenshot there, Bats. What do you think? Save that for Discord, buddy. Time for an orange whip.
Orange whip on the desk, fading sun on my neck, sugar bars in my veins, holding steady through the rain. Orange whip when we land, little toast to the clan. Every replay, every ping is the fuel that makes it sing. Oh
I see you, Captain Howdy and TJ. Almost, Aaron. All right, let's go 20 over here. We're going to go 40 over there. All right, we're going to go max brakes. So I'm going to hit the... I'm going to go ahead and do the ECAM, or not the ECAM, but the AGP. So you're going to see... I'm going to hit the, you're not going to see it, but I've got the hardware from WINCTRL. You're going to see that medium light up as I hit that right there. Oh, I know, Captain Red Sky. Well, our stream crashed, and so it disconnected. So we had a bunch of likes, and then it crashed, and so we had to start over, man. But I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, we had a lot of technical difficulties today for whatever reason. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the overhead lights. So let's get those lights on. Lights on, runway, turn off lights can stay off. We're going to go take off and wing light coming on. I appreciate it, though, Captain Red Sky. Thank you. Yeah, it was something. It was something. Oh, look at them. Bats, I see you. That's where we're landing, right over there. We're fine. We're flying. Glad you all recovered well. Thanks, Captain Red Sky. We always do. We try, man. We try. I appreciate all of you joining tonight. Again, thank you. We're coming in for our final leg here. Came in at a good time, friends, as we come into Milwaukee. And let's see if we can nail this landing here. Let's see. All right, we're going 10 on the left. Of course, we got the full gear setup now. We got the WINCTRL, Airbus, rudder pedals down the upper right-hand corner. We got the Rowsfire A107V3, the A112 that's new, but we've been checking out tonight. The MCDU from WINCTRL, the EFIS, and the FCU stuff. It's the full kit and caboodle, if you will. And oh, Captain Red Sky, we will. We will. Right, Bats? Captain Audi. How about you, Steve Mellon? All right, here we go. What a perfect song to come into. Thanks to JJ, our good friend JJ Stevens, did this song for us. You know, AI might be the end of us all, but damn it, let's enjoy it while we can. All right. Oh man, I gotta slow down. 211. Let's get this thing slowed down. This song got stuck in my head the other night. Oh yeah, bring this thing down to Chinatown, Steve. All right, we're coming in. Let's get the gear down. Going to visit the Shots Brewery after landing? There you go, Steve. Absolutely. All right, we're going to do landings. Let's go approach mode. Right over here, approach. There we go, LS. There we go. All right, bring it on home, friends. There we're going to get this right in line here. Green dot. All right, here we go. The most exciting part of flying is exactly Captain Red Sky. We got this, friends. We got it. We got to make Captain Howdy proud, right? We got to make Captain Howdy proud. Flight control, speed, brakes still deployed. Oh, thank you. Thank you, ECAM. All right, and final notch of flaps coming in. Oh, there she is in all her glory, friends. The good old Fenix Airbus A320. And doesn't she look beautiful? Nachos. Oh, don't talk about food right now, Bats. Please don't talk about food. I'm so hungry, man. I haven't eaten anything at all today. All I've had is orange webs. Can you tell? No, seriously, everybody, I have not eaten a single thing. Not even a snack. Nothing. Nothing. Nada. Nothing. Not steak, Captain Howdy. Nothing. I'm so hungry. I could eat a shoe right now, Captain Howdy. If you fried it for me, I'd eat it right now. Rawr! I'd eat it. Sorry about that, by the way. But no, I am super hungry. All right, here we go. What do I do? How do I land this thing? Let's see. Left foot, left hand, right hand. Okay, I think I got it.
500.
500 feet. All right, we're going to take off autopilot. Autopilot disabled. My aircraft. I'll do just like you did, like you told me, Captain Howdy. Here we go. And hopefully I won't have as much, you know, I got a little bit of crosswind here, but it's not bad. A little bit of gusting winds. I can feel it, the aircraft kind of sliding left to right here, but I think we'll be fine. There's bats. Across these power lines. This is, by the way, I&I builds. Oh my God. I&I builds scenery.
Sink rate. Pull up. Too low. Terrain.
40.
Too low. Terrain.
20. Retard.
Bursters on. Ooh, I think I caught some crosswind there on my right wing. Yoicks! Yoicks! Oh my God, CP, it's a twister! It's a twister! Oh, shoot. All right, let's get up. Slow down! Turn! Come on, wind control! Oh my gosh, I had to push on these things. Yikes. Yeah, I felt that bounce. Oh, look at this beautiful scenery, by the way. All right, let's go ahead and... That's just been the way it is tonight. Let's go ahead and turn off. Let's do the runway turn-off lights. Taxi light and wing light coming off. Strobe lights coming off. There we go. And I am off. 6 out of 10. And I suppose that's all I get. And then CP. I'll just live with it. I'll just go ahead and crash into the terminal. Been my kind of night. Might as well. All right. Here we go. Parking brakes on. Parking brakes set. Let's go ahead and do the master APU. Get that on. We can go ahead and taxi light coming off. Probably turn off lights coming off. Nav light to 1. Strobes off. And start. It's a one big April Fool's joke. Exactly, Captain Howdy. All right, let's see. Let's find people. Let's find people. People. Right, where is everybody? Here we go. We go over here. Evo Eagle Sky's in a helicopter now. Bats is watching. And I kind of felt like the landing was going to be better than that. I kind of, like, when we were coming in on final there, I was kind of feeling good. And then that happened. Okay, well, we're waiting for Captain Howdy to come in. I give 10 to... it looks like from the poll... Thank you all for all of you that voted. 15 votes. I'll go ahead and end the poll here. But it looks like for the poll, as far as the Rosefire stuff goes tonight, it looks like neither is 73%. Rosefire's not going to be happy about that. But we do have 14% on A107, 13% on both. That actually surprised me. On just the A112, lightning and weather radar, 0. That does not surprise me. Thought I just missed somebody landing bats. Well, we do. I want to say again, thank you to Rosefire for sending us these products because, you know, as much as I ripped on the software, I do like the hardware. I think the hardware is actually really good. between the A107V3 and the A112. And I'm going to tell you all right now, as much as I like the WingFlex at $600, the overhead panel, now that I've used that so much and gone back to the A107V3 with its heavier duty switches and the 1-to-1 ratio buttons, I almost wish I could combine them both. I wish I could combine the A107V3 from Rosefire with the WingFlex, have the WingFlex be 100%, 1-to-1, and then I think it would just be amazing. Maybe WinCtrl will have that, but I do like both of the products. Not to be a politician, right? I'm not, but they both have their advantages and disadvantages. Big disadvantage from WingFlex is it's $600 for an overhead panel. I mean, Captain Howdy's complaining about the A107V3 being expensive. Captain Howdy, go pick up a WingFlex for $600. And bite the pillow. We're going in dry. Hopefully nobody picks up that reference, by the way. Or maybe I do hope you do. No, I don't. All right, here comes Cordial Cloud. And Almost Aaron still coming in. I've got Chick-fil-A waiting for me, by the way, friends. Chick-fil-A. Go to Mrs. Symphony, grab me some Chick-fil-A with a T-bone. And Steve Mallett says, no comment. I know, right? I know. Oh, God, terrible. Thought I missed somebody there, Bats. Oh, did Cordial Cloud just come in for a landing and do a go-around, or what happened there? Sorry for the volume. Man, somebody tell me it was so loud. All right, here comes Almost Aaron. He is only 1.4 miles out. His aircraft should be showing up for us momentarily, friends. Maybe, or maybe not. Oh, I can't hear. Okay, why can't I see Almost Aaron? Bats, what did you do? Bats broke it. I paid $1,000 for G1000 panels. Well, there you go, test pilot. That puts things into perspective, doesn't it? You know what? That's a good point in N911. It's all relative, friends. It's all relative, and I think that's a good way to conclude tonight's live stream. Is just like there's something for all of us, right? There's something for everyone, and we do appreciate Rosefire and WinCtrl and all the rest. WingFlex, we talked about them tonight. We appreciate these vendors creating great products because guess what? The more the merrier, and the more the competition, the lower the price, the better the products end up being. And thank God for capitalism because, yeah, that's kind of the way it rolls. So we appreciate the vendors. We appreciate their support. So that'll wrap it up, friends. I am appreciative of all of you. Sorry about the problems we had earlier on, but I see we have 29 of you right now in here. Thank you so much. If you could remember to smash that thumbs up button if you like the content, would appreciate it. But, friends, we will be back. I never mentioned who the vendor is. Bats, you're supposed to remind me. No, I never said that. So we are going to be hopefully checking out, probably not this Saturday, but there's some new hardware coming from SimPanel. If you ever check them out, but SimPanel is sending us hardware. I'm going to put this in our, check this out. It's called FlightMate, and we are going to be checking it out for the first time on the channel. And if you like GA flying, check out that link there. And we are going to be highlighting their products. They're shipping either today or tomorrow. And then we're also going to be doing an American Truck Simulator. They're also shipping this. I said, hey, we want to do more American Truck Simulator. We got a lot of you wanting to do American Truck Simulator. So they're sending us the American Truck Simulator panel as well. And and then Captain Howdy, I will mention to have them send us the what do you call them? The knobs, levers, the anchors, whatever you call them. The mounts, the mounting brackets. Thank you. I know, noise, right? Captain Red Sky. So we'll be checking that out. And Oh, Captain CP65 just gave somebody a 6 out of 10. Wow, that's worse than me. How dare he? I reserve the 6 out of 10 CP65. No. But friends, thank you so much. Honestly, friends, I do appreciate all of you, every one of you. You all are amazing, and you make this worthwhile. I do appreciate it. It really is my pleasure, and you humble me every time I do a stream. And I do appreciate all of you. So CP65 Bats, Captain Howdy, thank you for joining us. Test Pilot N911RG, Steve Mallon, thank you for joining us tonight. All the rest of you. Captain Red Sky, it was great that you jumped in here. We didn't miss you, my friend. Let me see, one other check. And I don't think I missed anyone, but all the rest, I'll do as I usually do, the top fans as I jump out of the stream. But friends, thank you so much for joining. Watch for Saturday night stream. We will be doing a GA flight. Maybe we'll have the stuff from SimPanel, maybe not, but either way, it'll be something really nice. Evil Ego Sky has probably got something in store for us. Almost Aaron, thank you so much. He says, nice flight, good night. Thank you, Almost Aaron, Captain Red Sky, all the rest of you. This is SimFanatic saying, have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you on Saturday. Good night, friends. Take care. Blue skies. All right, it's time for the top fans of the night. Who's it going to be? Oh, my gosh. Is this a first? CP65. Get up to him. CP just made it as number one. Good job there, CP. I should do it the reverse order, though, by the way. I'll do it the reverse order. Let's try that once. All right, coming in at number 10 is our good friend Emmett the Nemesis. Congratulations, Emmett the Nemesis, coming in number 10. And coming in at number 9, it's our good friend. Where'd he go? Is Xbox crash on him again? It's Maple Leaf. And coming in at did I just say number 9? Number 9 is Steve Mallon. Let's give it up to Steve Mallon. I'm mixed up, Steve. I'm going the opposite direction. Okay, give me a break. Steve, thanks for joining us. Good job there, Steve. Coming in number 9. So at number 10, Emmett the Nemesis. Number 9 is Steve Mallon. And coming in at number 8 is Maple Leaf. Is Maple here? He's probably gone, isn't he? All right, and coming in at number, let's see, I'm all mixed up here. That was no wait, Maple is what? I got to do the math. Maple was number 8. Okay, coming in at number 7 was Zach Cool. Keeping it cool. Good job, Zach. And coming in at number 7, TJ Turner. Good job, TJ. And coming in at number 6, Captain Howdy. Nice landings tonight, my friend. Good, let's give it up to Captain Howdy coming in at number 6. And coming in at number 5, our good friend, Eagle Sky. Let's give it up to Eagle. And coming in, actually you're at 3. I can't do this. I can't do this the reverse way. The stupid Streamlabs mixes me up. So, Eagle, you're at number 3. Bats coming in at number 2. Let's give it up to Bats. Congratulations, Bats. I just fudged this. You know what? It's that night. The way tonight's been going, that's exactly how it will go. Good job at number 2, Bats, and at CP65 coming in at number 1. So we got CP65 at 1, Bats at number 2, Eagle Sky at number 3, Captain Howdy at number 4, TJ Turner number 5, Test Pilot at number 6, and Zach Cool at 7, Maple Leaf at 8, and Steve Mallon at number 9, and coming in at number 10 is our good friend Emmett the Nemesis. Thank you, friends. That's just the way it is tonight. I'll do better on Saturday, trust me. Or maybe I won't. But if I have you there, I'll be okay. Good night, friends. We'll see you on Saturday. Love you all. Good night, Blue Skies. You know, Captain Howdy just will not let me leave. Turn and Burn, thank you. I didn't mention you, but Turn and Burn, thank you. All right, the landing. No, actually, Captain Howdy's just doing his job as moderator. Actually, now I know why he wants me to call him out. Because he won the first landing challenge. Congratulations, Captain Howdy, on winning the first landing challenge at Indianapolis. Nice job. And then Eagle Sky Evo winning the landing challenge at Milwaukee. Congratulations, guys. See you Saturday.